Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Kotohogushi playthrough. We're really going to be in for quite a lot today. I mean, I really don't know, we've sort of seen yesterday like one of the most really brutal and just, I think it was really, really well done, you know, the plot point that we actually sort of saw, you know, the fact that Riku is actually, he's dead. Ouka, completely grown up now, I suppose, because, I mean, it did say that the story was actually starting 10 years later, so, yeah, we are probably going to see like the really long-term effects of just what's actually happened here. It's going to be really quite interesting. I really don't know if it's going to be brutal. I mean, obviously it will be, but I just hope it's not too brutal. I don't know though. It's going to be really interesting whichever way we look at it. So yeah, let's begin. Right. The cries of the birds and cicadas that had been ringing out until just a moment ago ceased, and a tense air filled the shrine grounds. The trees rustled, their branches and leaves swaying in a sudden breeze. Sunlight shone through the trees onto the lawn, damp from the morning dew, sparkling as though countless particles of light were dancing. Oh, wow. Oh, that must be amazing. Oh, yeah, I really love it whenever it's icy and then just, like, little parts of the ice just glisten in the sunlight. Oh, my God. That was not what I was expecting to see. Damn, that's Ouka. Fucking hell. Wow. What is that? An apron she has on? That just looks so awful, if I'm going to be honest. That combination is really bad. Amidst all that, a woman dressed in Miko robes, hooded at Ouka, caught her breath as she held a wooden sword at the ready. Oh, then she shuffled her feet forward and closed the gap between her and the giant tree standing tall in front of her. Woo. A hot breath of air faintly echoed from her small mouth. Ouka shifted her, the left side of her body forward in time with those breaths, then held out her left hand and pulled the sword in her right hand back to her side, holding it as if she were drawing a bow. Oh. Because she's probably full-grown adult. I mean, she does actually look quite old, but I mean, she doesn't really look anything that's that much older than my age, if I'm going to be honest. She looks really quite tall. Oh, yeah, I really wonder what is actually there. I watched her with bated breath. So it's obviously somebody that we know the viewpoint of. Even so, Ouka bit her lip and stared straight ahead as though she'd forgotten I was here, and then... Oh! Oh God! Holy fuck! God, who is this? Ouka expelled that breath, kicked off the ground with all of her might, and charged forward in one swift motion. She thrust her sword forward with that momentum, and struck the tree trunk fiercely with all her weight behind the blow. God! Shh! A dry thud echoed and the nearby birds all hurriedly took off flying in surprise. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Ouka remained still for a while with her sword sticking out of the tree, but before long she heaved a breath and withdrew her sword. God, what is she doing? Then she took a hand towel from a nearby tree and wiped the sweat off her brow as she looked at me and smiled. How was that, Hanyu? I believe that is far closer to the thrust you showed me before. What? Hang on a second, I'm just genuinely surprised. So Hanyu is actually going to know Ouka? Really? It's true that your form was significantly improved. I showed with a bitter smile as I desperately hid the surprise I felt deep down. The technique Ouka had just unleashed was a thrust from the Terai Galkia pose. Oh yeah, I remember that pose. I mean, I remember I think that's the one where she has a bow, she has the sword in her left hand, and then boom. The right hand is just stretched fully out, and Yeah. That sort of lunge-like thrust is going to it's going to penetrate the enemy very badly, I'd assume. One-handed thrust killer technique I developed to use against Griffies. Yeah! I still couldn't believe it. It took me considerable time to learn this technique. I'd acquired it through repeated trial and error, including in battle, and it took so much blood, sweat and tears before I finally got it down. Oh. Thrusting techniques are actually harder than slashing techniques. Oh, interesting. If the target is too close, the power of the thrust is greatly reduced. And if they're too far, it hurts your entire arm. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. And that could be a really big advantage for the enemy. Furthermore, you needed the skill to keep the thrust's trajectory completely straight. Oh yeah, fair. Something extremely difficult to grasp with a real sword, much less a wooden one. Yeah. So I thought it was too easy for her, which is why I only demonstrated it to her a few times, never actually teaching her or letting her try it out. Oh, early, not easy, god. Yeah. Yeah, while it was incomplete, Orca had performed it splendidly. Wow. Gosh, it really is quite impressive. Oh, that must be really, really quite nice, just seeing, you know, I suppose the person you've made be this impressive. Yeah, it's really quite cool, that. I circled around the tree, she pierced and examined the wood. Oh, yeah. So keep in mind, this is a wooden sword. Completely destroying a wooden tree. The shockwaves from the thrust had carried over to the other side and popped the bark off. Jesus Christ. Truly splendid. Such skill was rare even in seasoned warriors on the front lines. Fucking hell. I really do wonder if she could potentially have been like Kanye, you know, just receiving constant training in how to do combat related things. You certainly went down the wrong path, Orca. Oh my god, yeah. That's actually really fair enough. I mean, if a technique's this difficult and she can master it, I mean, that doesn't mean she can master everything, but still, it means she definitely has an advantage. Let's just say that. Perhaps you would have been better off striving to be a swordsman, shipping structure for the feudal lord. Then will you start teaching me thrusts? That really is quite something. Then will you start teaching me thrusts? Well, I suppose. But the basics are more important than techniques. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, you can't do techniques without the basics. You need to build on what you've learned. You need to not get distracted by flashy moves and instead strictly adhere to what I've taught you so far. Understood? Yes, I understand, Master. Orca held her hand to her mouth and laughed in a cute voice as clear as a bell. Yeah, it had been 10 years since then. Orca, who was still a child when I reunited with her, was now a fully grown woman. Yeah! Yeah, it really is quite nice to think that. Oh, interesting. She stopped saying meep and nipa like she used to, and once her tiny body was... And her once tiny body was now almost as tall as mine. Yeah! Almost as tall as hers. I'm actually kind of surprised that Hanya, you know, she's so much taller in this. Or at least, I don't know, it kind of gives me the impression that, you know, when she's a Yoon and obviously really, really new in terms of her time here, she just seems a lot taller than when we've seen her in the mainstream arcs. It's really quite weird. Come to think of it, her motions have also gained a certain luster to them. I'm sure that's because having a child brought out her charm as a woman. Interesting. That's actually really quite cool. Wait, seriously? My daughter's already a mother, huh? Really? Oh, yeah, fair enough. Wow. My heart suddenly well with sentimentality. For me, it had only been 10 years, but that was more than enough time for people to change. Oh, yeah, entirely so. Yeah. 10 years is a bloody long time. I recall the day we reunited. Yeah, I'm actually going to be really interested into what's actually within this day, I suppose. Cute little orca standing under the cherry blossom tree. I can remember that sight as if it were only yesterday. Wow. God. And now here she was, already 21 years up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, seriously. Wait, hang on a second. So that means Hanya's actually had time raising orca. It made me realise once again just how much time flies when you're having fun. Oh, what this is going to be? Oh yeah, it is the day they meet. On that day, I reunited with Orca on the Hooded Shrine grounds, but truth be told, I've been planning to leave quickly. Oh yeah. Just getting to see the old cherry blossom tree and knowing Orca would have been enough for me. Yeah, so when I happened to bump into Orca herself by coincidence and learned that she could see me, I admit I was surprised, but I no longer had any regrets. Oh, that was what I told myself before coming here, but...
Kami-sama, moshi yokattara, boku no ie ni kimasen ka?
Oh, I found that even nicer that, she's definitely not like one of the villagers that... I mean, she probably wouldn't have been raised with the sort of... belief that the whole demons are really, really bad and everything. Of course you wouldn't have, because that was the thing that they stopped believing ever since the disaster with Hanya happened. But yeah, it's really nice that she sort of treats her really quite well. God, would you like to come to my house? Huh? It was little Orca's words that stopped me from leaving. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh my god, I've been living on my own for a long time. So I'd be very happy to have someone to... I mean, fair enough, but why is she being left on her own? Living on your own? I was a bit surprised to hear that. Wasn't Orca supposed to have been raised by the Kimiyoshis under Shino's care? Yeah, that's what I thought. What about your mother? What? Oh god! My mother and father have already passed. God. Yeah, that's why I live all by myself at this shrine. According to Orca, she had indeed been living with the Kimiyoshis until a short while ago, raised by Shino and her family. Yeah, but Jesus. Oh, right. But after she told 10 years old, 2 weeks ago, she told her foster parents that she would be living by herself at the Furude shrine. Oh, that's interesting, yeah. At least she hasn't actually died, that would be awful. Why? Yeah, aren't you lonely? That's actually fair enough, I wonder why. A little. Definitely. I mean, that is really quite true, but at the same time, I firstly really can't believe that these people would actually agree to letting her literally live in a place that, even though they treasured it, it is still completely abandoning somebody. I mean, I get that she seems responsible enough, but still, you should not do that. Yeah, to be fair, if you have a bond like that, then... If you have a bond like that with the place, I kind of get the feeling that if you don't let her do what she wants, obviously, then... Yeah, things are going to go very wrong. Maybe that could be why. But still, though, it's so irresponsible. It's unbelievable. I mean, she is actually really lucky she found Hanya, because... she needs a parent. Oh my god, I can't imagine what Shino must be thinking. Just the person she's raised for 10 years, just suddenly saying, nah, fuck it, I'm moving out. You're going to move out and live in the Furude
本
house?
気で言ってるのオーカ？
Yeah, are you serious, Oka?
はいなのです。
Yes.
シノさんたちのおかげで身の回りのことはきちんとできるようになりました。
It's thanks to you and your family that I've learned how to take care of
でした
myself.
ら僕はフルデ家の当主として
Oh,
あ
interesting.
の神社を守っていきたいのです。
So I want to protect that shrine as the head of the Furude
守
family.
ってって。
Yeah, exactly. That
あなたはまだ10
I
歳なの
couldn't
よ。
agree with that more. Protect Oka, you're still only 10 years old, you know.
それに君吉の家にいたままでも
Yeah,
神事
yeah,
を
fair
取り仕
enough.
切っておくことはで
Besides,
き
you
るは
should
ず
be
でしょ。
able to carry out rituals even if you stayed with us, right?
ごめんなさいなので
I'm
す。
really sorry,
もう決めたのですよ
but I made up my mind. God, I can't believe she didn't object to this. I mean, what the fuck was that? Oh. Fucking. Was just like that strong will behind and beyond her years in Orca's eyes. Even Shinnok couldn't refuse her and fell silent. God, that really is quite unbelievable. I mean, wow. As she heaved a sigh and voiced a worry that suddenly came to mind. Yeah.
ひょっとしてオーカ、この家で暮らすのは
Oh
窮
God,
屈だった
yeah.
の？
Yeah, that's actually really quite fair that she thought that. Could it be that you found it uncomfortable living in this
私
house
たちが
because
あ
we're
な
not
た
your
の
real
本当の
family?
家族じゃないから。
そんなことはないのです。
That's not true.
シノさんもリョウさんも優しくて、カズヤ
That's
さん
really
も
quite nice.
庄司さんも僕を
I
とて
just
も可
genuinely
愛
don't
がってく
understand.
れまし
I
た。
mean, I get that she has a duty of protection she feels that she should actually do, but at the same time, I mean, she is a kid. She needs to grow up with two parents, really. That's not true. You and Ryo-san are kind. Kazuya-san and Shoji-san both treat
僕
me
に
well.
とっては
All of you are dear
みんな
family to me.
大切な家族なのです。
じゃあなぜ？
Then why? Yeah, yeah.
人が住まなくなった家はすぐに朽ち果てると
Oh, yeah, that's
誰
actually
かから
fair
聞きま
enough.
し
Yeah,
た。
I heard somebody say that a house uninhabited quickly withers away. Yes, it's obviously.
フルデの家もすっかりボロボロに
Yeah,
なっていました。
interesting. I mean, she probably has quite a lot of life skills, so she maybe in theory, like best case scenario, she could actually get the house, you know, just back to its previous condition that was really quite good. Because that's actually really quite interesting. It happened a few days ago. While she was cleaning the shrine, Orca took a look inside the house she'd been born in. Oh, and was rendered speechless for a while. The whole place reeked with layers of dust and spiderwebs strung across the beams. Oh yeah, that must be disgusting. Yeah, from the living room to the kitchen. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that really just shows how much this place has got worse within that time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do understand what she means, but at the same time, I really don't think that she should be moving out entirely. I mean, okay, if she was like maybe even if she was 15, I would understand this, but she's 10. The baby doors were full of holes. Oh, and the house had marks of weather damage and overgrowth. Oh, God. Yeah, the estate was in shambles. There were no signs of life anywhere, much less any specks of its former glory. Yeah. Meep. She was sad. Yeah, fair enough. Orca had only lived there when she was a baby, so she barely remembered it. And I'm actually kind of surprised she remembers where she lived as a baby. I don't remember a thing about when I was that age. Even so, it was indeed the place where she'd lived with her parents, and a lot of memories attached to it. Yeah, that is fair enough. I mean, that's sentimental value. Maybe that will also give her the feeling that she is the only one that must actually, you know, do stuff to the shrine, because I suppose she has the most importance, it has the most significance to her. But after only being abandoned for a few years, they've become reduced to this. Yeah. Orca couldn't get those images out of her head even after she went home. Oh God, so it really is haunting her quite a bit.
父様と母様のことはあまりはっきりと思い出すことができません。
Yeah, that really is quite a shame. I mean, she's obviously going to meet her mother, but like her father, she's never going to meet him again. It's really sad that I cannot remember my mother and father very clearly.
でもあの家の暖炉を囲みながら二人は僕を見て笑っていました。
Yeah, but they smiled at me while I was sitting around the hearth in that
だ
house.
からその思い出を
Oh,
僕は荒れ果て
yeah,
た
that's
ところ
actually
に
really quite
置いてお
understandable.
きたくないのですよ。
Yeah, so I don't want to leave that memory in a ruined place. Yeah, I don't blame her. She not gently wiped her eyes with her sleeve. Oh God, yeah, that must be horrible. Ouka truly was their daughter. Yeah! That kindness and deep empathy were just like Riku and Hanyu's. Oh, wow. God, that really is good. It will be though, yeah, definitely. It would be difficult to do everything in that house on your own. Yeah, probably more so than you think. Are you ready for that? Yeah, I really want to. I kind of get the feeling that she's just going to say, I will do anything. That's still really nice that she wants to try, but yeah. I kind of get the impression she is being a little bit too ambitious, but at the same time, I mean, it's really good that she's actually feeling these things, you know. Because I suppose, firstly, that place is going into ruin, and it really would be horrible to have like the place that you've basically been born in to, you know, completely get destroyed. And truth be told, I'm still really nervous, but I want to try doing everything I can. Yeah. Please. Jesus, alright, I won't stop you if you're that determined. But to be fair, at least when, you know, we think about her moving out, at least she isn't going like completely far away. I mean, at least she isn't going to a different town or something. Like, if anything, if in the event of a potential really bad situation, she is going to be there. That's really nice. Yeah, I'll have Shoji come to help from time to time, so fix it up until you're satisfied. I just seriously can't believe that she's actually condoning, like, this young child living on her own. I mean, I get that she's doing it out of love for her, because obviously she wants her to sort of meet her own desires and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's just really not on. I mean, I think the most responsible thing she could have done here is say, like, you can do this, but I must be there with you, because, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's nice, that's nice. Yeah, and if it ever gets painful or lonely, come back here whenever you like. You are the head of the Furude family. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like that. Yeah. But you are undoubtedly a member of the Kimiyoshi family and my beloved daughter. Yeah. Yes. Oh my god, that must be really quite weird for Hanyu. I felt something hot welling in my eyes from her resolve. Oh. Yeah, seriously. It's insane. Not only has she not forgotten us, but she treasured our memories of us even at her age. Yeah, what a kind and strong girl. Yeah, that's actually really quite fair enough that she'd think that. I looked up at the sky as my heart welled with pride and love as I desperately held by the tears that threatened to burst through. Oh, yeah, fair. I mean, the fact that she was remembered by her, it really is just quite surprising. I mean, it really is insane. The amount of people I've, you know, heard that have never been able to remember things like that, it really is just quite shocking to think that this person did. If I could, I want to tell her right here and right now that I was her mother. Oh, yeah, if that was impossible, then I at least wanted to embrace her small body. Yeah. But I can no longer... What? God. Huh? Is something the matter? Oh god, she's probably crying. Oh god. So I'm assuming that she's thinking she can no longer, you know, go into a human body form and, you know, just leave her astral body. I can't tell if that's because she doesn't want to, just because of how painful it would be, or if it's maybe just because of how she physically can't, because of how injured she was from the battle with that last Griffiths, remember? I wonder how many Griffiths there actually have been. Oh god. What's happened? Oh, Olga said that and looked at me with bleary eyes. She cocked her head adorably like a baby animal. Just seeing that face wrenched my heart. I almost forgot even how to breathe. God. When I quickly looked away from her, Olga tilted her head again, confused by my reaction, and brought her face even closer. What?
どうしたのですか
Is something wrong,
神
God?
様
No.
まるで怯えた猫さ
You're
ん
like a
みたいな
scared
のです
cat.
にゃーにゃーみぱ
Right.
別に
That's
そんなこと
not...
は
yeah, true. There's no way that should be true. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, I don't really think she's like a cat, but okay. Oh no, maybe that's because of a remark because of her horns being present. I don't know. Deep down, maybe I was scared. Having to face my guilt for abandoning Orca and the foolishness of my actions. Oh yeah, definitely. I can't imagine how much she must just be feeling like she feels as if she can never tell Orca that she actually is her mother. I really wonder if she is going to though. I mean, obviously she is in the end, but yeah, I really wonder why she hasn't done it already. Regardless of how it had happened, I left Orca in Shino's hands and left this village. Yeah, that fact wouldn't change. That guilt and remorse still tormented me and tore at my heart. Yeah, I really don't blame her. I mean, she literally has abandoned her daughter. I mean, to be honest, I think that if she evaded death, I kind of get the impression that the villagers would come after them anyway, just because of, you know, her being a demon. I don't really know if that message that they'd actually got from her having died would actually have passed through as well as it did. I had nowhere to stand in front of her after all this time. Oh god, you could either think that or you could think that you may have no right, but you can make amends, you know? You can really make this, I don't know, you can begin something really cool. You can sort of form a relationship, I don't know. That's why I should leave this place quickly. And yeah, my legs wouldn't move. Oh yeah, nice. I couldn't do it. Unable to resist the desire to look at her cute face a little longer, I couldn't bring myself to say goodbye to her. Oh yeah, fair.
では決まりなの
Then
で
it's
す
settled.
僕の家はこっちなのです
Yeah, my house is over here. Oh,
中でお話ししましょうなの
yeah,
です
let's
よ
talk inside.
みぱ
After saying that, Orca took my hand. That was actually really quite funny. Wait, so yeah, she can. It was so small and pale, though she shouldn't have been all that strong. I could feel her grip. I could feel that through her grip how she didn't want me to leave. Oh god, that's actually fair enough. She's probably becoming really quite lonely being away.
暖かい
This warm. Yeah. Oh god, that is actually really quite nice, but that happens when you have good upbringing, you know. The warmth I've forgotten over 10 years seeped into my hand. When I noticed that sensation, I gently gripped her hand back. Huh?
あ
Oh, that must be really quite awkward.
みぱ
True. Fair enough. Perhaps pleased I reciprocated, Orca grinned from her ear to ear and skipped as though dancing. Oh, she really is the cute girl I always imagined her to be. Yeah, fair. And
ところで神
by the
様
way, you God.
ああ
Uh-oh.
はい
Yes. I couldn't quite tell if she was referring to me, but I responded to be safe. Yep. But then Orca looked at me with wide eyes and tilted her head as she asked a question.
神様は神様というお名前なのです
Tell me,
か
God, is God is your name? Is God your name? No, it isn't.
いえ違います
だったらお社様がお名
Then
前
is your
なの
name
ですか
Oyashiro-sama? No, your name is Furude
皆から
OUKA.
はそう呼ばれ
Yeah,
ていま
that's
す
what everybody calls me.
でもそれは名
Yeah,
前
but
で
that
は
is not my name. God, I'm actually really quite surprised. Oh, God, this is just going to turn when she realises.
み
Meep, then what is
で
it?
はなんというお名前
Yeah, you really think she's going to stop asking? Like, right there. She's not going to stop asking until she's got an answer. Ooh, God, I genuinely wonder if she is going to, I don't really know, confess, I suppose. I was bewildered by a sudden question and found myself at a loss for an answer. Yeah, I mean, she can't really say she doesn't know. I couldn't very well tell whether it was Hanye. Yeah, Oka should know that that was her mother's name. Yeah, definitely, yeah. But her mother had died 10 years ago. So if I told her here and now that I was her mother, I'd have to reveal the secrets of her birth that were best left unknown. Oh, God, fair enough. Besides, in the first place, I abandoned any right I had to call myself a mother on that day. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I get that she has actually given birth, but at the same time, she's abandoned her kid ever since she's began it, so... Yeah... Someone as heartless, as irresponsible as that had no place calling herself a mother. Yeah, I mean... It's fair enough, honestly. So my current name was... Oh, interesting. I mean, she's not wrong. It's not fake. Hairyun Yasumo Jeda. That is my name. After leaving Oka and the village behind, I had once again lived for my duty, exterminating the demonified Griffies. Oh, right. Oh, God. The name once abandoned was perfectly apt for who I was now. Oh, God, I think that really is just sad, you know. You just have all of the brilliance taken from your life, and then you just resort to, you know, the horrible old times, the ones that were just so emotionless, and you really missed out on anything you should experience as a, I suppose, as a citizen of this planet. I can't say as a human being because I'd be so used to saying that, but like, yeah.
Hi, Ryu.
Me? Hi, Ryu?
Hairyun Yasumo Jeda desu.
Yeah, Hairyun Yasumo Jeda. That's hard to say. Yeah, it is. Don't you have any simpler names like that? Oh boy. I mean, obviously she could probably just say a simpler name here, but at the same time, I just gotta get the feeling that this is gonna get so awkward that maybe she's going to just say her name just because she wants this to end, like the awkwardness. Orca kept holding my hand as she kept awkwardly trying to say the name she'd heard, but she furrowed her brow and frowned when she couldn't do it. That's actually really quite funny that nobody can do it. I mean, again, it's a foreign language, but at the same time, yeah, that's like overlap with something I'd seen before. Or something that happened at the mountain spring I'd bathed in. Yeah, I thought so. Oh god, it's Riku. Yeah, the moment when he gave me that new name. It was a nostalgic and a very painful memory. See, I think that's just a really, really sad thing about about loss in general, you know. You feel every happy time. You can't look at the happiness just because, you know, the fact that you can't have any more of those happy times are sort of really, really embedded in your memory. Seriously, why? Oh, why wasn't I kinder to him? Why couldn't I have just been more true to myself? I mean, I don't really get how kind you can get. I mean, obviously, at first she was very, very fussy, very, very pessimistic, but at the same time, they just grew to love each other, and yeah, I suppose that pessimism and sort of vile, not sort of really snappy personality, it just became what she did, you know? Meep, I've got a good idea. Huh? Yeah, what is this? Oh no, I really hope she's not actually going to think of a name for her, because that's just going to be too awful, man. Just then, Orca, who'd been racking her brain for a while, suddenly gave me a huge grin and looked up again. I suddenly got deja vu of that day I first met Riku. Oh god, fair. Orca's smile was so like his that I gasped for a moment. Oh, interesting.
羽生
What the fuck? What? How the hell does she know? What?
羽生と
May I call
呼
you
んでもいい
Hanyu?
ですか？神様のお名前ととても
I
似てい
mean,
るのです。
yeah, fair enough, but at the same time, why would you call her Hanyu? I think it's a very fitting name for a god.
僕の一番大切な人の名前なのですよ。
Oh, it's the name of the most important person to me. Yeah, God. Oh my god, that must just be... Oh, that must be horrible. I'm Hanyu.
羽生
そうなのです。
That's right.
よろしくなので
Just
す
to meet
よ。
Hanyu.
羽生
That is really quite surprising. I mean, Nipa. Orca called me Hanyu with a smile. Drawn in by a smile, I found myself unable to refuse or do anything but fall silent. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, God. The 10 years I've been separated from Orca, I constantly hunted demonified griffies without rest. Jesus Christ, 10 years as well. That's such a long time. Wow. In the midst of that, I resented irrationally. I had... Oh, God. Yeah, fair enough. And that is actually really understandable just because of, you know, how awful what's happened to her actually is. I mean, of course it would be as bad as that. I had a hatred that had never died down. And as a result, no matter how much I fought and swung my sword, it never healed the void of sorrow and loneliness in my heart. Yeah. It never would. If anything, sometimes it would maybe make it a little bit worse. Yeah, the reason I decided to return to Onigafuchi village was because my heart and body were exhausted. Yeah, I don't blame her. Oh, that's really quite nice. That's what Orca's words were so precious and luscious to me. And so I accepted them. Noga surely come to regret it. Nah, she wouldn't. I mean, at the same time, you really don't know. You really, really don't know. I hope she doesn't, but like, yeah, it's really quite hard to tell. It's just such a coincidence, though. God. That's actually quite interesting about the hatred thing, though. I'm assuming, like, you know, just the feeling of battle, obviously. Everything that is actually going on within her head. It was probably just made worse by, you know, the thing that they have in their blood that just sort of really makes them fit for fighting, really. All of those instincts. That was how Orca started calling me Hanyu. Yeah, fair. She had... yeah, definitely, yeah. She was that important person that she was actually referring to. She had no idea that I was her mother. Nor does she ever need to know. She does need to know. Oh my god. I can't believe that she's actually running away from the responsibility she has of actually telling her. I really don't think she should be doing that, but... yeah. Woo. I reflected on my memories as I suddenly sat down on a stone in the garden and looked up at the sky. There wasn't a cloud to be found anywhere. Truly early summer weather. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Sounds like a very hot summer is in store for them. The lush trees rustled and swayed in a cool breeze. That's cool. The sunlight shining down on the garden was so warm and comfortable that it almost made it seem like a waste that it would be soon the rainy season. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. I kind of get the impression a lot of that sunlight is going to be completely dispelled by miserable rain. Yeah, ever since that day I've been, and obviously clouds as well, but yeah, ever since that day I've been staying at the Furude shrine, living in the ritual storehouse, a short distance away from the shrine. Oh, interesting. It was dark and barren, but so long as I had old bedding, it was enough for me. Oh, right. Yeah, it's actually interesting that she's living there out of all places. And above all else, that's actually really quite nice. Oh god, yeah, fair. I honestly didn't really want to go to the Furude house, especially not inside. There were so many happy memories in that place that I doubted I could spend time in there in peace. Yeah, seriously, I think if I was in her situation, I would just think of going in there as if literally going into some place that is going to really hurt you. I mean, it would be so painful. For the time being, Ouka had approved of me living in the ritual storehouse without asking many questions. Yeah, that's actually really quite good. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah! Thus, I've been staying there all the way up until today, integral to secrecy from the villagers. Yeah. I just want to sort of... However, that's not to say I spent... Oh, however, that's not to say that I spent these 10 years peacefully. I hadn't forgotten to investigate rumoured Griffiths' sightings and fulfil my duty. Yeah, she never would. She really never would. Griffiths' activity had visibly decreased after I defeated that Putus. Oh, interesting. So I feel that the Putus actually had a wide role in sort of how the battle plans of the Griffiths were actually managed. But they still caused disturbances in various places from time to time. Oh, right. There truly was no end in sight for any of it, but there were indeed lives and livelihoods that had been saved thanks to my actions. That's so good, yeah. I mean, the thing is about the whole Griffiths extermination related things, even though it is just emotionless and even though it is really just quite awful with her mentally and obviously, you know, the fighting instincts and obviously the pain that will never go away and stuff like that. Even though all of that sucks, it is nice that, you know, these actions do have effects. They do save lives. It was with that thought that I continued fighting them and hunting down these disasters. Oh, I'd inform Ouka every time I left. Oh, that's nice, and go to see her right away when I returned. That was the one tradition I never neglected. Yeah, good. Oh, I mean, even though she's never actually been able to spend time, I think it's just so sad that she's never been able to have actual time with her mother, who wasn't dead, just because of how painful it was for her to be here. I mean, it is fair enough when you think about it, but like, god, it really is just horrible. Afterwards, I'd stay for a while, talk with her, train her in the sword, and give her advice on all sorts of topics. I'm so happy she's doing stuff like that, though. I think it's really quite nice. Even after Ouka grew up, married the same man the man she loved, and had a family, our routine had barely changed to this day. Wow. Fortunately, I hadn't been able to leave in the last few years, so I met with Ouka, practically every day and spend my time in the village in relative peace. That's nice that she's spending her time in peace, but still meeting her every day, wow. But still, to think Ouka would end up marrying Shino's son, fate design sure had a sense of humour. That's actually really quite interesting, the Furude family and the Kimiyoshi family getting together. Damn. Got to think of it. That's actually really quite something. So, got to think of it, there was something Shino said not too long after Ouka was born. That was actually kind of ironic, but yeah, it definitely, you know, happened. Once Ouka grows up, let's have her marry one of my sons. Oh, interesting. That'll make her my daughter, wouldn't it? Yes, I suppose. Right then, it's settled. Truth be told, I've always wanted a girl. Well, God, you definitely got what you wanted, let's just say that. Can't wait, that's still a long time off, right? Oh my god, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, getting way ahead of yourself. Yeah, it really is just kind of sad to think that this conversation really just has... It really has a different meaning if you hear it from this angle. Oh, you got a problem with that? Wait, does she have like a way more? She doesn't really sound threatening at all. I love how embarrassed they get. That's nice that she's, you know, reflecting it with a sort of positive attitude. That's actually really quite surprising. I mean, you can tell the Griffys have decreased in population when, like, she hasn't really been required to leave the village in a few years. I mean, that really is quite something. That's actually quite funny. I really love that here she's just so convinced that it's going to happen. I mean, it genuinely does, so you can't really bash her for being so convinced, but still. Back then, I was so sure she'd just been joking. Yeah. Despite that, she not kept her word. That's actually really quite nice, though. I mean, yeah. She let her younger son Shoji marry Oka and change his surname to Furude. Oh, interesting. Yeah, they definitely didn't keep the Kimiyoshi surname. What's the other? I forgot what the other kid was called. Kameda or something like that? I can't remember. No, I don't know. But yeah, the other kid that she actually had, I suppose, preserved the bloodline of the Kimiyoshi family. The Furude family wouldn't die out. That was a sign of her own resolve to protect me and Riku's legacy. Yeah, that's really quite nice. Thank you, Shino. Oka gained a family thanks to Shino. It's so brilliant that's the case. I mean, she always really gave me the impression of somebody. Oh, then she had her daughter Huka, and discovered the joy of being a mother. So her maybe Kaze, and then obviously that when you get it with another kanji, it becomes her. That's Herji, which is, I think it's just flavor. I don't know though. Yeah, I should probably. Or is it 2 U's? Yeah, of course it's doing. I'm actually curious. Right. Let's see if I get it. Oh, I don't know. Bruh, this is so stupid. Fuck off. Oh. I'm actually quite interested. What? Come on! I don't have the fucking time for this. Oh, Hermi. Right. Flavor. Yeah. Hermi. Yeah, that's actually quite cool. And then, so wind, and then ka, and hana, and then flower. That's what I'd assume it would be. Oh, that's really quite nice. Oh, that's sad. Unfortunately, neither Shoji nor Huka could see me even when I was in physical form. Yeah, even so, just being able to talk to Oka like this was fun enough for me. That's actually really quite nice, though. And I was undeniably happy. Good. What's wrong, Hanyu? Oh, huh? I turned towards that voice to find Oka sitting next to me and looking at my face. Oh. She really does. Yeah, her dark eyes were round and wide. She really does seem like the caring sort. Seeing how those eyes somewhat resembled his. Oh, I felt my heart wrench a little. Yeah, that's actually fair enough. I mean, she's definitely got her mum's side on the looks, but, like, still. Just, I suppose. She's obviously got quite a bit of her dad as well, in just terms of eyes and... I don't really know what else. There's something on your mind? Yeah, you suddenly went quiet. Yes, you could say that. Yeah. I A moment as I looked away from Orca as naturally as possible. Yeah. Even though it had been 10 years, Oh my god, that's awful. I still couldn't look her in the eyes. There was a part of me that couldn't shake it off. Jesus. Oh my god, that's terrible. I was always telling myself that I'd have to get over it someday, but... Say, Hanyu.
羽生、
何ですか？
Yes?
本当にありがとうね。
Thanks so much.
お、
Where's this coming from?
どうしたのです
Yeah,
か？
where is it coming
急
from?
に。
剣術よ、剣術。
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I'm talking about the swordsmanship training.
ずいぶん無理を言って。
That's actually really quite good. Well, I'm actually really happy it's not one of the cases where she's just being forced to learn it. I really bested you to teach me it, didn't I?
羽生も本当は乗り気ではなかったのでしょ
Oh, yeah, of course she wouldn't want to. God, I just genuinely can't believe that she can't look her in the eyes. I mean, she doesn't have really, really bad, you know, social skills. It's not that, it's just the pain. I mean, God, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, it is really fair enough that she does actually feel this, but it just must be so weird, like, not being able to look somebody in the eyes just because of how many, you know, how much pain you sort of get from it, really. That's true.
あまり人に教えることには慣れてい
Yeah,
ませんでした
fair
から。
enough. Yeah, I wasn't really used to teaching after all. Yeah, fair. It happened one day after I met Orca. Oh, a while after I met Orca, even. I took a sword to get my body back into shape. And trained in the forest behind the shrine. Oh, she's probably really trained with loads of talent, so yeah, as a result, Orca has obviously been really, really impressed. Oh, Orca happened to be there picking fireworks, so I showed her a sword dance on a whim. But she really liked that and bowed her head, asking me to teach her too. Oh, that's actually really quite cool.
ダメ
You
なの
can't?
ですか？
Oh,
yeah.
no, that isn't the issue.
ダメというわけではないのですが、
お願いなのです。
Please.
神社に泥棒が入らないように僕も剣術を学んでおきたいのですよ。
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, it's understandable that she says that, but you could say anything else that would hit her less, and it would hit her less. I wanted to learn the way of the sword too, so no bandits get in the shrine. Oh. Yeah, exactly though, that is really quite true. Honestly, I wasn't very enthused about the idea, but just as Orca said, there was no guarantee that a thief wouldn't break into the shrine and hurt her.
私がそこに居合わせて。
yeah, fair enough, yeah. That would chop them to bits if I were around, naturally. If she was around, well, she isn't around. But unfortunately, there were times where I wasn't in Onigafuchi village, so reluctantly I promised to teach Orca the bare minimum she needed to know her to protect herself. Yeah, that's really quite nice. I mean, if anything, I think she's really, really gone ahead of the bare minimum. She's been doing it for over 10 years now, I mean...
懐かしいですね。
Yeah, that sure brings back
それに
memories.
しても、オオカがあれほどに強く剣術を覚えたいと望むとは思わなかったので、
Yeah, that's
正
actually fair
直
enough,
ちょっと
yeah.
意外でした。
But still, to be honest, I never thought you'd be so interested in learning the way of the sword, so I was a little surprised.
そうね。
That's no surprise.
剣術は神社を祀って
Oh yeah, definitely not. If anything, they're
神職には
really
似合わ
quite
ないものだから
contrasting. Swordsmanship and priesthood don't exactly go hand in
そう
hand.
思われても当然だわ。
Yeah, it's only natural that you feel that way.
それに最初はただの気まぐれだと思っていました。
What's more, I thought it was merely a whim at first.
ですから修練もきっと
Oh, yeah,
長
fair
くは
enough,
続かないだろうと
So I
型を
assumed you
くく
wouldn't
って
be able
いた
to
ので
keep
す
up with the
が
training for long. That is a really, really bad assumption to make. I mean, it could happen, and then you could just finally rest your arms and, well, I don't know, just stretch your arms out, relax. But no, you definitely can't. I mean, yeah, she's going to be training for a long time to come.
それはあなたの見
Yeah, yeah,
込
oh
み
my god,
違
yeah,
いね。
definitely. That was a miscalculation on your part, wasn't it?
私はいい加減な気持ちで何かを欲しがるようにはしつけられていないの。
I was disciplined not to want things unless I was absolutely serious about them. Oh, that's actually really quite nice, yeah.
そして教わるからには教わった相手にも恥ずかしくないくらいに極みを目指す。それが私の信条よ。
I just strive for only the greatest heights where I don't embarrass my teachers. That's my creed.
ですね。
Indeed. Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah.
あなたの一途さには
Yeah,
驚
she
か
really
され
has
ま
quite
す。
dedication. She has a very good commitment. I mean, God, I'm jealous. I swear, your earnestness always surprises me. I smiled bitterly and shrugged. Did she get that strong will from Shino's parenting or Riku's blood? Yeah, I really wonder. I kind of get the impression that it's both.
それに
And what's more, it was complex. It was completely unexpected. I never thought Oka would even learn the Chiroi Gaokia. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it had been roughly 10 years since Oka started training in the ways of the sword. That was a long time for the relatively short-lived humans, so it was no surprise she'd be so skilled. Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, 10 years is 3,650 days. I mean, how many hours is that? God, a lot. Let's just say that. However, the Chiroi Gaokia was essentially an anti-Griffey sword technique, as well as the greatest skill I had developed after much diligence as a Jedi to defeat a Griffey's in a single strike. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. That just went to show how powerful it was. Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. With it, even a woman could pierce steel. Yeah, but the recoil and impact it had, and the impact of the body's joints when it was unleashed were nothing to scoff at. Oh, yeah, yeah, fair enough. Done poorly, not only would it hurt your muscles, it would also break your joints and bones. Holy fuck. Oh my god, I knew that it was definitely a risky technique, but I didn't realise it was that risky. I suppose... Truly a double-edged shot. Yeah, definitely. The reason I was able to put it off was because I trained my body in combat ever since I was little. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And above all else, the natural genetic characteristics possessed by a Ryun were a major factor. Oh, interesting.
だからこそ人間
Yeah, that's actually really quite
習
surprising.
得は無理だと思っていたのだけ
Oh,
ど
could you imagine if it was actually inherited a little bit with Orca? You know, inheriting a little bit of that body shape and obviously the sort of adaptations they have for maximised fighting. But while Orca's Chiroi Gaokia was indeed rough and raw, her movements and posture were accurate. That's actually really quite good. I mean, if anything, if you have accurate movement and posture, that is really just jumping over the biggest hurdle. I mean, I suppose make it refined and boom, you've completely learnt it. If she couldn't do that much from simply intimidating, if she could do that much from simply imitating what she'd seen, then what I felt wasn't amazement or astonishment, but rather something akin to feeling threatened.
これも
Is this also blood? Why would she feel threatened about this, I wonder? A strength and flexibility that ordinary humans could not possess. Yeah, interesting, yeah. Orca had certainly inherited that characteristic of Ryun and pieces. Yeah, yeah, I couldn't agree more. God, that would actually be really bad. You know that worst case scenario we were thinking of, where, you know, the Griffey's hunting instincts could actually, you know, seep the way through her and obviously completely take her over after a while. I really wonder if that could potentially be possible, and then she could, you know, she could go into the same cycle as the Griffys, and then with those sword techniques that she's learned from Hanya, she could potentially kill everybody. I mean, she really does have skill with the sword now. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. How ironic. She can see me even though I should be invisible from the damage done to my physical structure. Oh, interesting. So that's why she's invisible, right? And she has a talent for the sword beyond the natural. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The longer I spend time with Orca, the more I can't help but be reminded that she's inherited my abominable inhuman blood. Oh, God. Oh, it is actually really quite sad that she thinks that. Though Orca herself hasn't realised it, nor anybody has. Yeah, nor anybody else. If possible, I hope she can keep living peacefully with that much truth. With that truth left unknown to everybody. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
そういえばオーカ
Incidentally, Orca.
何？
Yes?
今までははっきりとは聞いてきませんでしたが
Oh, interesting.
なぜオーカは剣を習いたいと思ったのですか
Yeah, I really do wonder if she is going to be able to live peacefully. I hope she is, man. She deserves it. But at the same time, do you remember in Miyotokushi, we actually read that story with Hanyu and Orca? The one where, I think it was where she was actually influenced by the way of the village that somehow made the demon, made the sort of view of the demon and the whole conflicts about, I think it was one side obviously wanting to, I can't really remember what the conflict was about. I think one side was wanting to accept Hanyu into the village, but the other side was, you know, just completely... No, wait, hang on a second. It was Hinamizawa syndrome. The Hinamizawa syndrome broke out, and then Hanyu was the one that provided a medicine, but obviously people thought she was a demon for that, and others thought she was alright, and she was the saviour. But then, you know, everyone just eventually got so awful in terms of their paranoia that they just thought they were demons, all of them, and obviously Orca was the one in trouble for having believed in Hanyu, and then she sort of sided with the villagers, and then boom, Hanyu died. I really wonder what the cause of this is actually going to be, because a relationship like this, you would have never thought something like that could happen. I just really wonder, or I'm actually wondering if that was just a legend. No, that was true, but this is a legend, this story, so I wonder if there is going to be a different interpretation.
はい。以前あなたからは泥棒よけのためと聞きましたが、実際のところそれがあなたの本心とは思えないのです。
Yes, previously you told me it was the ward of thieves, but I don't believe that was your real reason.
ですから私は
So I've always wondered
そ
what the
の
truth
本当
was.
の理由は何なのかずっと今日まで考えてきました。
But I couldn't figure out the reason, no matter how hard I thought about it. I really wonder if maybe she has that Putus blood passed on to her. I wonder if she maybe has those really, really severe fighting instincts. The 10-year... I mean, she was 10 years old. Do you really think she's going to have, you know, a mind as violent as that? Yeah. Already. I don't think that's the case. The 10-year Iberia where Shinon raised Orca while I hunted Griffys is a complete blank to me. Jesus. God, that really is quite surprising. I mean, the fact that she's seen 10 years of her life just completely go by in a blank, that really is quite something. So I can't deny the possibility that there was some sort of trigger, some sort of influence in that time period that could have given her an interest in swordsmanship. Yeah, but though I've tried observing Orka's words and actions in our infrequent encounters, she doesn't strike me as the type who seems to pick fights. Yeah, definitely, me neither. She's a little mischievous and speaks in a manner beyond her years. Yeah, interesting that. But she's actually a quite spoiled yet kind and gentle girl. I don't think she's spoiled, no way. Those aspects of her were much like Riku. Oh. Yeah, fair enough actually. And thus didn't translate into having a strong interest in swordsmanship. Besides, her Yun blood aside, the reason she'd improved so much was likely the result of her training on a daily basis. Oh yeah, easily. If you're training every day for nearly 10 years, fucking hell. That's just improvement central. Maybe it could have just been her sort of wanting to try something out and then obviously making a really big commitment because she was saying like she was never going to do something if she didn't know that she was going to be fully committed to it. But yeah, I suppose she was just going to have a commitment to it, but yeah, she really discovered it was one of the main things she really quite enjoyed doing, so she pursued and tried her best. She's probably kept it up even when I wasn't around to teach her. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it's doing homework, I suppose. She was diligent like that. Yeah. In that case, just what was it that made her so diligent? Yeah, I'll be interested in that. I wonder. Well, the truth is... Yes? Just then, Orka turned to me with a serious expression. Oh my god, that's seriously the reason? Wow. I mean, to be fair, that really does seem like something you get on a really fucking crazy anime. Yeah, doesn't the sword-wielding Miko sound badass? Oh, that's actually really quite funny. Oh my god, out of anything she could have thought would be the reason. What she just... Yeah, definitely was an unbelievably silly reason. At the same time, it's fucking cool though. The fact that you would make your entire life's commitment for just to do something like that. I mean, it is silly, but at the same time, it's respectful. What? I topped right onto the ground. I topped up right onto the ground and got up with a hysteric shout. But Orka paid my reaction no heed and held me up, her eyes sparkling like a precious gemstone as she gazed up to the very heavens. Yeah, just think about it, Hanyu. Just think about it, Hanyu. White and red are as a proof of purity. In other words, they're synonymous with evil rays. Remember, synonymous. Oh my god, I fucking hate the Windows search bar. It's not working. So they're connected, they're linked. Yeah, interesting. So anonymous is only... I suppose it really is quite an antonym of anonymous. Like, you have anonymous, like, you know, somebody that is not named, somebody that goes, or something that goes without identity, and then this is just something that actually links other things together. It's not really fully opposite, but you can sort of see what I mean, I hope. I mean, I don't know about you, but I kind of get that sort of really sort of informality. It kind of reminds me of Rika, you know, how we would just do such serious things. I mean, Rika literally did the Miko outfits. I mean, firstly, a common like for Miko outfits, I suppose. Well, her like definitely isn't as creepy, but yeah, let's just say that.
そして身を清め精神を鎮めて神に仕えることができるのは数ある女子の中でもほんの一握り。
Yeah, and the only ones who can purify themselves, clear their minds and serve the gods are a select few women, even among those a few, even those among a few. That is actually fair enough. I mean, there really aren't many people to actually have the opportunity to, you know, bear a sword and actually fight for, I don't know, I suppose serve the gods in this example. But yeah, that is actually really quite cool.
だからこそ、あまたの男子は神の名代を務めることのできる巫女さんに畏敬を抱き、そして同型を持つの。
That's why so many boys respect and yearn for those Mikos who can attract, who can act as their gods' representatives. Isn't that right? Yeah. She's definitely lost for words. And that's not all.
そんな男子の憧れたる巫女が白人の手を振り、襲ってくる鬼どもをバッタバッタと切り倒していくの。
A little bit of a reminder, you already have a thing called, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. A husband with kids. I don't really think you can get many. I don't really know why you want, you know, loads of people surrounding you. Imagine that Miko, the object of these bosses, is wielding a sword and cutting down all the demons who come attacking.
紅白の装束と黒い長髪が宙を舞い、勇ましさと清ら
Okay,
か
that is
さを
actually
合
fair
わ
enough. I
せ
thought it
持
was
つ
going
そ
to
の
be
姿
a
はまさ
really
に
different
女神。
reason. But yeah. With a red and outfit, with a red and white outfit and dark hair fluttering in the wind, that gallant and pure figure is truly the heart of a goddess. Yeah. I suppose she's got really quite long hair as well. That probably would like some sort of.
極楽浄土へと導く麗しき存在なの。
They are the beautiful entities who guide all the humans to the pure land.
ね、
Right, don't
そう
you
思わ
agree?
ない？
That's actually really funny. It's probably just way too philosophical for her.
正直そう思わなくもないとも言えなくもないと断言したくない。
Honestly, I do not want to declare that I cannot for sure deny to say that I don't think the same.
今でも思い出すわ。
Wow.
草場から滴り
She has a
落ちる
brilliant
早朝
memory. Holy fuck.
しんと静まり返った林の中で羽生が見せてくれたあの剣の舞の華麗な姿を。
That's actually really quite surprising that she remembers it though. But I suppose, of course, if you have a commitment so big, you are never going to forget the reason you've actually started it. No
あの
way.
時私は幼心
Oh,
に
that's
思った
actually
の。
really quite nice. That scene inspired my own
これ
self.
こそ私の将来目指すべき巫女のあり方。
Oh, interesting. It showed me that was the ideal Miko I should strive to be.
神に
That's
仕
right, the
え
final
る
form of
乙
a
女
maiden
の
who serves the
最
gods.
終形態なんだって。
That's actually really quite interesting. I mean, yeah, that is fair enough though. I suppose serving the gods, I don't really know how sort of serving gods relates to all of this, but at the same time I suppose it's really nice that she can sort of, you know, use her ability to actually protect everybody, and as a result of the protection, everybody will not only, you know, have a really nice life, but they'll obviously be saved from danger. And I suppose this could be like serving the gods as in, keeping harm from the village, of course, and keeping harm from the property she probably thinks that the gods have actually made in the village. Oh! yeah. That's actually fair enough. Yeah, I didn't show it to you. You just watched it all by yourself. If anything, maybe that's a little bit more impressive because she was just doing it naturally. She didn't need anybody to watch it. Orca completely ignored that utterly exasperated and unamused utterance from me as she went on and on. She was already... Oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, fair enough. She was already off in her own little world. She was a wild horse who could not be stopped. Oh, I kind of get that. I kind of get that. You just want somebody to stop talking. You're just like, please. But no, they will never stop. Why? Why did you have to pass those dumbass tastes of yours onto your daughter? My head hurt like it was gonna burst. Oh my god, fair enough. That does it. I swear, right here, right now, that was on my life. But when my life comes to an end and I'll meet Riku again in the Pure Land, I'll be sure to slug him a good one first before I rejoice at you. Just then. Oh. Huh? Yeah, right. Oh. That's actually really quite good. I mean, it's actually really quite funny. She really concocted a convincing story just there. Of course I was lying. It was all a joke. So what was the real reason? I really love that she lies about that one thing though. Holy fuck. Yeah, so she doesn't really want to, you know, learn just to become a Miko that obviously fully can serve the gods. I mean, it is actually quite a fair and admirable reason. If it was actually the reason, it would be really quite acceptable just because of the fact that, you know, by having this role, you really have a responsibility, and not only are you fulfilling it, but secondly, you're, what was I going to say? Sorry, I really hate it when you're trying to talk, but you just have something completely different in your mind while you're trying to do it. Oh, I don't know. A lie? A joke? I love it. I can just hear the outrage in her voice. I was dumbfounded when I heard her. She was just kidding. Yeah, what? Orca. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, God, Shino-san told me that my father had an odd side like that. What did I do? Was it a good impression? Oh, that was a sick joke. I mean, to be fair, yeah, she isn't really wrong. Shino's not wrong, definitely not. But yeah, I mean, she doesn't know that Hanyu is obviously her mother, so yeah, she really doesn't know the significance that joke would have. Oh god, I held my head in disgust. Seriously, what a sick joke. I have such a bone to pick with her father. I'm the woman who raised her now. Wait, hang on a second. When she says her father, does she mean Riku or her actual father? Oh my god. No, I mean, if it's Shino telling her that, you know, father had an odd side, I think, yeah, it wouldn't really be her actual sort of father she's been growing up with, because she would actually have needed to seen it. I don't really think you would have just told somebody about that. I mean, to be fair, it could have been really concealed, but I don't know. I just think it's more likely that's referring to Riku. I don't think those are my I don't think those are my genes at work, probably. Yeah, they're definitely the desire and quite weird. I don't really know if you could call them genes. I mean, I would have thought obsessions like that, they're more environmental than genetic, but I don't know. Still though, Orca truly is terrifying just to brazenly make a joke like that to a god like me. Despite all appearances, she's a bold girl. Yeah, that's actually fair enough. I don't really think she views her as a god. She just views her as a friend. Fuck the whole god shit. Come to think of it, Nika was like that too. Yeah, he would ghost me and tease me, even though all he knew was he was going to get a beating from me. In hindsight, that was probably him trying to be considerate by getting me used to his everyday life, so I wasn't used to conversation. Since I wasn't used to conversation, oh, that's really quite nice. Yeah. I look at those annoying but fun memories and as I heaved a small sigh. As you saw that, Orca rolled on the ground laughing without the slightest hint of guilt. I mean, she does not know she's obviously done something that could have invoked some sensitive memories, but yeah. You truly are. Oh, she really did love pranks. Perhaps you can see as in sense as a cute personality that hadn't forgotten her childish spirit, but it wasn't fun to be on the receiving end of it. Oh my god, yeah, definitely not. However, perhaps because she'd also inherited that from Riku, Orca had a mysterious aura that allowed me to forgive that. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that could potentially be used really badly, but at the same time, yeah. It's good that, you know, she's getting on the good end of it. She was never out of trouble while always ending it on a good note. That's actually really quite nice. It was a positive trait. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely. I really don't blame her. I mean, to be able to do some of the... I suppose it really must be cool to be able to have such a talent and to be able to use it to not only, like, you know, do some really, really bloody cool moves when you actually need to and when lives depend on it, but also just to be able to save people. Save their entire lives. I'm sorry, but it is true that I thought it was cool. God, your sword skills truly are magnificent. I was so taken back by them that I forgot to even speak. Wow. I see. God, that really is quite surprising. I mean, that just shows how brilliant she is at it. And in hindsight, it's a very childish reason, but Orca stopped laughing and talking. She stared off into the distance as if looking at something she couldn't reach. Oh. A gust of wind blew from the shrine grounds. I really don't know why, I just kind of get the impression the atmosphere, the hot air full of the characteristic stench of grass, caressed our skin as it blew past us. Just what was Orca looking at? I tried to figure that out, but Orca looked back at me before I could determine it. Oh. In all honesty, I wanted to get strong. Huh? Oh, that's really quite nice. Not the kind of strength you use to protect yourself and others, but to have a strong heart and to have the support and believe in myself. Yeah, that's actually really surprising, really quite something. Yeah, I mean, especially because of sword-related things. These things require constant trial and error, constant discipline to the mind, and also just, you know, constant support. You're not going to ever do something as awesome as she's done if you don't believe in yourself. That's really quite nice. And I wanted to obtain the confidence and sense that I could do something for the villages that my father and mother gave their lives to protect.
自信と
The
手応え
confidence and sense.
ええ
Yeah.
私のお父様と母様のこと
Oh, yeah.
シノさんはいつも言っていた
Yeah, Shino-san always talks about my mother and my father. It must just be so painful hearing her say this just so distantly. And I mean, the urge to obviously confess the news. Jesus, that must just be... I can't imagine how high that must be. I mean, honestly, I really think she should. I kind of get the impression that even though she... I mean, firstly, nobody can actually see her apart from her herself. And secondly, I just kind of get the impression that if she does this, then... not only will she know that she's actually been able to have time with her mother, and I suppose her view of life will really be different, you know? She has actually had a parent that she's always been able to, you know, have fun with, but at the same time this could potentially ruin their relationship because, you know, they've, just because of it never have been being addressed before. But I suppose if the whole reasons were played out, then if she actually told her all the reasons, then of course she would be able to forgive her, I'm sure. Yeah, Shino-san always talks about my mother and father.
すごく立派で尊敬に値する人だ
I
ったっ
couldn't
て
agree more. She says they were wonderful people worthy of respect.
村のみんなを守るために
Yeah, definitely.
命を落として鬼と戦って
I mean, that is actually kind of false. What's his name? Riku risked his life to protect the bandits that were actually fighting the village, and obviously the Pewters possessing him as well, I suppose. And then Hanyu sort of she definitely risked her life to actually kill that Pewter that was invading the village.
私
Oh,
二人のこと
that's really quite nice. But at
本
the
当
same
に
time, that
尊敬
must
し
just
ている
be...
のよ
The thing is about all of these really kind comments, they could be really painful at the same time.
そうなんです
Is
か
that right? I gave an ambiguous response as I expressed the mixed feelings in my chest. Yeah, the story Orca had been told by everybody was a mix of lies and hidden truths. Yeah, definitely, yeah. The reason I left the village and had to fight the demon wasn't to protect the village. Yeah, interesting. It was all to protect Riku and Orca. Oh, as well as to reclaim our peaceful lot. Yeah, that's actually fair enough. And Riku also.
でも
But, if she learned that truth, Orca would likely come to hate the villagers who'd driven her parents out. Yeah, definitely. It's interesting that she's definitely one of the people that, you know, seen the horns on her head, never battered an eyelid. Does she question her own birth and possibly agonise over her own existence? Yeah, that's actually fair enough. I'm sure Shino and the villagers had that in mind when they hid the truth from her. Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. Fair enough. I mean, yeah.
だから私も父様と母
Yeah,
様と
that's
同
really
じよう
quite
に
nice.
この村を守ることのできる人間でありたい
Yeah,
の
so I really want to become somebody who can protect this village just like my mother and
そ
father.
して万が一この村で大変なことが起きた時に
And
は
I want the strength to handle
そ
any
れに
crisis
対
to
応
make
でき
before
るよ
this
うな
village.
力を手に入れておきたいそれが二人の子として生まれて
Oh, that's really
フル
quite
デの家を
nice.
継いだ
Yeah. I
私
believe
の
that is
務
my
めなんじゃない
duty as
か
their
な
daughter and successor of the Furude family.
王か
Okay,
それは
that's...
ええ
Yes, I know.
分かっているわおかしいよね 村の人たちが私に求めているのは本
Really?
当はそんなことじゃない
Strange, isn't it? I know that's not what the villagers actually want of me.
この神社を守ってお社-様を奉っていくことが
Yeah, fair.
私の本来の仕事
My primary role was protecting the shrine and revering
そ
oyashiro-sama.
れなのに見好みで剣術なんてお母様
That's
に
actually
聞かれ
fair
たら
enough, yeah.
きっと怒られちゃうわね
So I'm sure Shino-san would scold me if she ever heard that Miko was practicing showmanship. I just looked back at Orca's face. Oh, unable to give her a straightforward answer. She was smiling, but her eyes were staring off into space. Oh.
オーカはご両親のことを覚えているの
Do you
です
remember
か
your parents, Orca?
ううん
No, not at all,
実は全
actually.
然おぼろげどころか抱かれた感触も
Oh,
甘え
God.
た記憶もまるでないわ
Oh, that really must just be brutal, that answer. I have practically no memories of them holding me or taking care of
で
me.
も
But Orca spoke. She told me that the more she came to understand she was the daughter of the village's saviours, the more she respected their greatness, but also grew to feel inferior from time to time. Oh, interesting. The two of them were worshipped beyond reverence by the villagers, and so their daughter and everything about their family was the subject of everyone's adoration. Oh yeah, that's actually fair enough. So they're not actually going to worship her based on her own abilities, based on somebody else's. Yeah. And so since it was a child's duty to bury and revere their parents, she protected the shrine where their tombs lay. Oh yeah, fair. And fulfilled her holy duty since she was a child. However, was that alone really enough? Oh. The more she couldn't help but ask herself that question. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, just what should I do to live up to the villagers' hopes? Interesting. This really leads. What can I do not to embarrass myself as the daughter of the village idols? And the conclusion she'd reached was to obtain the strength to exterminate demons and save the villagers, just like her parents. Yeah. Orca. Oh. Oh, I gripped my collar desperately, resisting the urge to hug her right then and there. Oh, the glimpse I got of the loneliness Orca had felt never knowing her parents. Oh yeah, it was so sad it broke my heart. To protect the village and to achieve the strength to be respected in the same way her parents had and to fulfill her duty. I realised she didn't just mean it as she said, but contained emotions even she herself wasn't aware of. Oh, interesting. Right, in there was a sense of anxiety she felt about her own existence. Oh, by learning childrenship, a symbol of our strength, she wanted proof of a bond with us, that she truly was the daughter of the two, the villagers respected and deified. Since her parents were so amazing, she probably believes she didn't have the right to call herself their daughter unless she was the same. Yeah, that's actually really interesting. So there really is just a feeling of, I don't really know, it's just when responsibility sort of escalates too much and it just becomes out of hand. But at the same time, I suppose this could be good. The fact that it's motivated her to, you know, become a brilliant swordsman, really. But, yeah. Oh, interesting. That reminded me so much of myself when I struggled with the meaning of my existence as a Yun and devoted myself to my duty as a Jedi as a result. Yeah. That's right. I suddenly remembered something. Back when Orca and I left the Kimiyoshi house and started living on our own, she said she wanted to protect her memories of her parents. Oh god, and yet, yeah, back then I'd been deeply touched by what a kind girl she was, but now my heart bled for another reason. Oh, Orca was surely lonely. As a successor of the Furude family, the symbol of the village, as the inheritor of the blood of the heroes who protected the village. The more she became aware of that, the more Orca desired to establish her own strength and personal meaning of existence, and to awake her sense of self. Yeah, so that everyone in Onigafuchi village would acknowledge her as not as the Furude family, but or the daughter of heroes, but as Furude Orca herself. Oh yeah, that's actually fair enough. Yeah. Orca. Yes.
ご両親の意志を引き継いで尊敬される姿に近づこうと努力することはとても素晴らしいと思います。
It's actually really interesting, the similarity of Orca's existence to Hanya's. I mean, it's actually really quite similar. I mean, Hanya, you sort of have, you know, her not really feeling satisfied with who she is, obviously, not really feeling much of a Yun, not feeling much of a human, so as a result, just trying to really establish a link that makes her feel as if she really belongs somewhere, you know, doing what the Yun always did, and excelling at it as well. But you are you. Oh yeah, that's actually really quite nice to. Yeah. Yeah, no one else. Oh, I really like that. So you don't have to get so caught up in chasing ideals, alright? Huh? Orca's eyes widened and her smile faintly clouded over. Her eyes are full of confusion and bewilderment. That was likely the first time anybody had ever told her that, but I couldn't leave it unsaid. Oh, good for you. I think it's really nice that she's actually saying that. Yeah. It looked to me that Orca idealised her parents so much that she was putting way too much pressure on herself. Yeah, that is very true. I mean... Yeah.
囚われている。
I'm caught up in chasing ideals.
私が。
ええ、
Yes, you are a kind person, Oka.
あなたは優しい人です。そしてとても
Yeah,
真
and
面
I
目な
believe
人
you're
だ
also
と
very diligent.
私は思います。ご両親の意思を継ぐために
Oh
幼
yeah,
い
it's
頃から神社を
brilliant.
一
It
人で守ろう
really
としたり
is. Yeah.
厳しい稽古にも耐えてきたりしたその姿勢は誰にでもできることではありません。
Trying to protect the shrine from a young age to protect your parents' legacy and ensuring harsh training is not something everyone can do. Yeah.
でも
Yeah.
だからといってあなたがご両親のようになれるのかと問われれば、私はきっといいなと答えます。
How come? But even so, if you were to ask me if I think you could be like your parents, I would definitely say no.
どれだけ努力してもあなたはご両親に近づくことはできても追いつくこと
I
は
mean,
不可能です。
no matter how hard you try, it's impossible for you to catch up with your parents, no matter how close you may get. It's actually quite interesting that she thinks that. I suppose I don't really know whether she's talking about skill levels or legacy levels, because like obviously Hanya is better than Riku. She is way better than Riku at sword fighting, but like Hanya, yeah, it will be physically impossible because Hanya just has, you know, more advantages in combat, just because of her species being more to the Puta species.
それは
No
私に
way.
は才能が
No,
ない
but at
っ
the
て
same time, I really do kind of get that. If I was being like told this, I really would get the feeling that my entire sort of talent would be completely downplayed. Are you saying I have no talent?
いいえ、
No, that's
違い
wrong.
ます。個性の問題です。
Oh, it's a matter of individuality.
あなたの今進んでいる道は
Yeah.
ご両親と同じ方角を向いてい
Yeah,
ても
interesting.
同じ道
Yeah.
ではない。
The road you're taking right now may be headed in the same direction as your parents, but it is not the same road. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. So, yeah, if it's not the same road and, you know, it's the same direction, why don't you make your own road that is actually sort of unique to yourself? I mean, honestly, I think these skills are really, really good to have, but at the same time, basing your life entirely on your ideals, really, I mean, it can either be really good, it can either be a really, really good and respectful thing, or, you know, it can... I think Takano is actually a really good example to, you know, just see how wrong it can get.
そもそも育った環境や生まれ持った価値観が違うのですから当然のことでしょ。
But the environment you were raised in and the sense of values you were born with are different, so that's only natural, isn't it? Oh, just as Oka was starting to look a little displeased, her eyes widened with a gasp. I continued when I saw that.
誰もあなたのご両親にはなれない。
Yeah, nobody can be your
そ
parents.
して誰も
And
あな
nobody
た
can
には
ever be
決して
you.
なれない。
Yeah,
それが
interesting.
個性というものです。
Yeah, that's what it means to be an individual.
故にフルデオーカという存在は
Yeah.
この世界に
Therefore, there can only be
たった一つしか
one
ありえない。
Furude OUKA in this world.
そう
That's right.
あなただけが
and you alone
フル
are
デオ
Furude
ーカなの
OUKA.
ですよ。
Yeah. But at the same time, I think this is quite brutally worded. I mean, this is just... It really just gives you the impression of hopelessness.
オーカ
OUKA.
ご両親を尊敬し理想とするのも
Yeah.
確かに素晴らしいことです。
It is indeed wonderful that you respect and idealize your parents.
しかしそれと同一のものにはなれない
Yeah,
し
yeah, I really
ま
like
たその
them.
必要もあ
I
り
really
ま
like
せん。
that. But you can never be exactly the same as them, and you do not need
あな
to.
たはフルデ家の跡取りでもなく偉大だったご両親の娘でもなく
Yeah.
フルデ
Oh,
オ
I
ーカ
like
としての生き
that.
方を今まで通り一生懸命貫いていけばいい。
You should make every effort to live the way you have up until now, not as a successor to the Furude family, nor the daughter of your renowned parents, but as Oka Furude.
そして そんな生き方こそ
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, it's actually kind of ironic that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, one of them is definitely wishing her like
私は思い
to
ま
live
すよ
like that. And I believe that is the way your parents would have wished you to live your life.
フルでオーカの
Live as Furude
生き
OUKA.
方。
そうです。
That's right.
あなた自身あまり気づいていないかもし
Oh,
れ
you
な
may
いか
not
ら
have realised it
あ
yourself,
えて
so
言
I
わ
will just
せ
come
て
out
も
and
らい
say
ま
it.
すが、たとえ立派なご両親の意向があったとしても、あなた自身が取るに足りない村人たちの期待に背くような人間であれば、
Yeah.
現在のように信望を得る存在ではなかったはずです。
If you were somebody who didn't live up to the task or met the villagers' expectations, you would not be the celebrated person you are now, even with the prestige of your respectable parents. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
でもその度合いや加減は人それぞれの見解だとしても、
Yeah, I mean, even though she isn't getting the sort of recognition that she would have thought would be absolutely ideal, she is still getting recognition. She still is getting respect and praise, and you know, everybody likes her and wants her to rule. It is really quite good, but even if the extent of it varies from person to person, you can continue to be someone the villagers look up to.
これは素晴ら
Wouldn't
し
you
いこと
say
では
that
あ
is a
りま
wonderful
せん
thing?
か。
Oh, I really like that. Yeah. That's
そんな
not.
こと。
Olga bashfully blushed and looked away. Yeah, she probably didn't have much experience with being complimented this way. Oh, yeah, yeah. Seeing that simple and honest reaction out of her won my heart. Yeah. Yeah, fair.
私はただ父様や母様に恥ずかしくないように、みんなの期待や希望に添えるようにって思っていただけだから。
All I did was simply in order not to not embarrass my parents and live up to everyone's hope and expectations.
それに応えるだけで精一杯で、
Yeah.
全然素晴らしくなんかない。
It took everything I had just to do that. It wasn't wonderful at all.
それどころか、もっと優しくしておけばとか、気を利かして動いていればとか思って後悔することもすごく多いの。
Far from it. I would think about how I should have been nicer or acted with more tact. There's a lot I
だ
regret.
からみんなが私のことを
Oh,
好意的に思ってく
interesting.
れ
That's
て
why
い
I
ることが
sometimes feel unworthy of all
時
the
々
food
申
the
し訳
villagers
な
show
くて
me.
それが優しいということです。
Oh, yeah, that's what it means to be
普通の
kind.
人は後で悔やむことす
Oh,
らありま
yeah,
せんから。
yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah. Normally people wouldn't even regret anything later. No, but she is. Huh?
そうやって常に反
Oh,
省しながら
yeah,
理
yeah.
想を
You
追い
constantly
求め、
regret what you've done while seeking your ideal.
それが素晴らしいことだと私は思います。
I think that's a wonderful thing.
そしてどんなに周囲の期待に従った言動であ
Oh
る
yeah,
としても
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah. I think it's really good that she really is in control of herself. I
間違い
suppose.
なくあなたの意志。
Yeah. And no matter how many times you may have acted in accordance with others' expectations, it was unquestionably you who made those decisions.
だからあなたは
Oh, I like that. Yeah, so you should be very proud of who you have been so far.
羽生
And you. Faint specks of tears welled in Orca's eyes as she ruminated on what I'd said, silently looking at her folded hands. In her face was a hint of relief and...
じゃあ私は今のままでいいのかな
Oh, I really like that. So, then is it alright for me to stay the way I am?
きっとあなたの優しさが
Oh yeah, I really
い
wouldn't be
つかみんなの
surprised.
幸せの
I
た
really
めに
wouldn't be.
役立てる日が来ると思います。
Yeah, I believe a day will surely come where your kindness will play a part in making everybody happy.
それが何なのかはまだわかりませんが、
Oh yeah.
その時のためにあなたはあなた自身の生き方や考え方に自信を持っておくことです。
I still don't know what that will be, but have confidence in the way you live and think when that time comes. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
きっとそれがご両親の望みだと。
Oh yeah, definitely.
誰が何と言おうとも
Definitely. Oh, she is
私は
so
信じています。
nice. God, could you imagine this? I mean, obviously she's saying this to, her daughter, but she doesn't even know she's her daughter, so yeah. It really is just such a really lovely comment that she's making here. And no matter what anybody else says, I believe that is what your parents would have most surely wanted. Yeah.
ありがとう
Thank you,
羽
honey.
生
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's really, really nice. I suppose she really just has sort of, the ideal of constantly wanting to live up to other people's expectations, obviously losing herself a little bit in the way as well. Yeah, she never really realised just how brilliant that actually is, and definitely, how she can't really go too far with this because it will get controlling of her. Orca heaped a deep sigh and smiled. That her smiles had always been beautiful. This smile had a refreshing shine to it, like a clear sky, vanquished of all clouds.
本当に
Oh
私は
yeah,
あな
I
たと
really
会え
am
てよ
glad
か
I
っ
met
た
you.
わ
Oh yeah, the other way can, the same can definitely be said the other way.
いろんな人に優しくしてもらってきたけれど
Yeah,
こんな風に言って
definitely.
くれる人今までいなかったもの
Many people were nice to me, but nobody has talked to me like this up until
そう
now.
か。
Orca. God, this would be a really good time just to say, her true identity. But
もちろん
can she really?
私もいけなかったんだけど
Of
ね
course, I'm at fault too.
みんなの理想に応えようとして
Oh,
無意識のうちに
interesting.
肩肘張っていたような気がするわ
I feel like I unconsciously tried to act tough in order to live up to everyone's ideal.
だから変に気を使われて私は間違いに気づく機会を失っていたのかもしれない
Yeah, I suppose you make a little bit of a mistake, acting as if somebody you're not, acting all... Well, I don't really want to say that, but... I don't know, just really, really making an effort. Maybe it may not be the best at the times, but you're still getting that leadership and you are still getting... I mean, even though it isn't really... I suppose even though that isn't really the way she wants to act, it's just nice that she's acting like that, getting everybody on her side. So yeah, of course, since the result of what you did, which probably would have been considered a mistake, was actually there, it's really not that bad. Yeah, everybody was kind to Orca. Yeah, that's brilliant. And she was always trying to be kind to them. However, an environment like that didn't give her any opportunities to open her heart to anybody. Oh, yeah, that's actually quite interesting. Or anyone to point out when she took a wrong turn. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, if she's always kind so much, then no matter how many issues she has, I suppose... No, the only thing is if she is kind, then nobody would suspect her to have issues. And obviously she, being so sort of aware of what the villagers actually think of her and, really wanting to be as nice as possible to them, she wouldn't want to trouble them with the worries of, how she's doing. If anything, she probably would have acted tough. So as a result, like she just said back there, she would have acted tough and probably as a result would have, not wanted to. Deep down, she too wanted to confess her worries, get opinions about her own actions, no matter how trifling, to find peace of mind and find peace of mind in the process. Yeah, but I suppose she's never really had that. She's constantly thought about how she wanted somebody who could be honest with her, somebody who would correct her mistakes and clear her doubts. Oh, that must just be, yeah.
私にとっては本当に大切な人。
You were truly dear to
ま
me.
るで
It's like, yes, you're like a mother to me.
母様のようにね。
I mean, yeah, fair enough. In her point of view. Oh, God, that must hurt. But yeah, at the same time.
羽生、
Thank you, Hanyu,
私のそばに
for
いてく
being
れ
there
て。
for me. Yeah, you're welcome. Mother, what a joyful, and sad word. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Something warm welled from the depths of my heart and threatened to spill from the corner of my eye. Oh. No, I can't cry. I don't have that right. Why not? Even so, a single word. Even though all I'd heard was a single word. Oh, yeah. Oh, I felt like it would cause my supposed heart of stone to crumble to pieces. Why does she think she has a stone heart? I mean, God. I mean, to be fair, I get at the same time she has actually abandoned her daughter and she has done, something that is incredibly bad. But at the same time, you can't really think of it as too bad just because of how much pain she was in. And how impossible it would have been for the villagers if she was actually there. But at the same time, I still think she could have tried more. But she didn't. You can't really debate on what hasn't happened. So, yeah, I still don't think... I think because she's actually making it up now, she would never have a stone heart. If she just said, if she was like one of the people that, abandoned daughter, never ever come back for her, that would be a stone heart. Hey, Hanyu. Oh.
何ですか?
What is it, Oka? Oh. Something touched my left hand. Oh, yeah, I looked out to find it was Orca's right hand covering me with a palm as warm as the sunlight. Yeah.
これからも
Will you continue to stay with
私と
me?
一緒にいてくれる?
はい、
Yes, of course.
もちろんです。
Oh, nice one. That's brilliant. I placed my right hand atop her own and firmly gripped it. Oh, yeah, nice. I didn't want to let go of this happiness, so I held what was important to me. Oh, yeah, fair. But at the same time, I was disgusted with myself for how utterly weak my heart and strength of will were.
何をやっているのだ、
Oh,
私
what
は。
am I even doing? Just who was it who played dead? Oh, but yeah, that is actually a really quite true question. I mean, no matter how you sort of think of this relationship, it is still just really quite horrible that she doesn't know who her mother is. Yeah, just who was it who played dead and left their daughter behind in the village? For what purpose did I wish for my daughter to grow up healthy while I stepped aside and accepted everything about being a demon? Yeah. That's actually really quite interesting, just how much, that loss really changed her. I mean, yeah, I suppose here Oka was bearing her heart and soul to me. Oh, and I still couldn't confess the most important truth. So in spite of all of that, why was I doing something that would stir up havoc? Just when everything seemed to be going perfectly in her life. I mean, I suppose everything is going perfectly, but at the same time, she really does have problems. And, she really has just appreciated somebody being honest to her, My logic and unconscious mercilessly tormented my foolishness. Oh, no matter how old I got, I was insatiable as ever. Even though I was always afraid that might make things more miserable.
だけど、
But,
私は。
oh, suppose she's realised her mistake, but is she actually going to do anything to correct it, I wonder? No matter what form it took, I wanted my life with my beloved daughter to never end. That was all I wanted. Oh, it's just horrible to think that it will end, but yeah. I suppose you have such a good thing now, and the thing that's horrible about Hanya is just, she's had so many times that, like for example with Riku, like, she's had such a good time with him, but the thing is it's just ended so abruptly, so it's actually fair enough that you really just appreciate it and you never want it to end because it really could end any day. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? The cloudy sky looked like it would start falling any minute. What? Yeah. I found that the humidity and turns to my astral form. There was no question that it would start raining soon. I didn't have to worry about getting wet in my astral form. Oh, that's actually really quite lucky. But rain dampened my spatial awareness, so I normally didn't take walks in it. Oh yeah, fair enough. I really wonder why that is then.
That
said, who knows if Orca has noticed this weather or not? Oh, is he actually going to tell Orca that it's raining? If it was with that thought that I stopped my sword training, left the forest and went down the animal trails that led further in. Then, before returning to the ritual storehouse, I decided to take the road that passed right by the Furude estate. Oh, Orca had left the laundry out to dry this morning, so I decided I'd let her know about the incoming rain just to be safe. Oh, that's quite nice. Oddly enough, Orca was very dull when it came to changes in the weather for some reason. Oh, as a child, I would frequently see her getting depressed for not having noticing rain on the day she left the laundry out, ruining her clothes. Oh god, that must actually be really quite annoying, yeah. Oh, I'd hate that. I tried warning her many times, yet this is the one aspect she never showed any signs of improvement in. I wonder why. Yeah, it doesn't. It's just kind of funny at the same time, like, oh well, not that it matters. Even if she wasn't sensitive to the weather, it didn't seem like any real cause of concern to me. Yeah, it never would be. In fact, it was rather charming that she had a clumsy side like that. Yeah, it's fair enough, I suppose. Definitely, that is something that was inherited from, I don't know, Riku or maybe Hanya as well. No, definitely could be inherited from both of them. And besides, I enjoyed helping her out with little things such as this. Like a mother. Yeah, fair. I've got to think of it. I suddenly remember my conversation with Orca yesterday. According to her husband Shoji, who had been far away from the Furude home for a while, was finally returning from the school by the castle. Oh, interesting. Shoji was a very sincere man who valued family much like his mother Shino. Yeah. And Orca, who'd originally grown up with him like a sister, was naturally very close to him. Yeah, fair. But recently, he'd frequently been absent from Onigafuchi because he was studying agriculture under her grandfather. Oh, Riku's father. Oh my god, he's still alive. That's brilliant. Thus, he'd left the shrine in care of Orca and the daughter Huka. Yeah. This would be the first time the whole family would be together in months, so all three of them would be in lively spirits, thus making it likely Orca wouldn't notice the rain. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah, though it might make for a funny conversation topic if she screws up and panics over her mistake. Fair enough. I unconsciously smiled at the thought of Orca and her family making a ruckus together. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the family she started. Oh, after walking for a while, I could see the exit of the forest. The estate would be just a stone's throw away once I got through there. Oh, right. All I had to do then was talk to Orca in secret and get her to take down the North tree. It was without thought that I headed to the Furude garden and checked if anyone was there. Just then.
そうね。
That's right. I suddenly heard a voice off in the distance.
誰？
Who is it? Shino? What is she doing there? Curious, I focused hard and looked around. If the voice had been coming from inside the house, it would have been one of Orca's family members, but the person sounded like they'd come from somewhere further away.
じゃあ、境内から？
The shrine grounds, then?
Oh.
Oh. As if to confirm that, I heard a voice coming from the small path that led to the shrine grounds. I don't know why, but I really thought that was going to be some sort of cue to bad news. It seemed there were two talking. Both sounded like women. I maintained my astral body as I headed in the direction of those voices. And the closer I got, the clearer I could hear those voices. Both of them belonged to people I knew well. One of them was Orca, of course, and the other one was that voice. I spontaneously sped up and quickly arrived right before the shrine. You've got to be kidding me. Is this the first time she's seen Shino? No way. Then I hid behind a thicket and peeked out from the edge of the shrine grounds over to the gate. Two women were facing each other in front of the gate and talking. I didn't even need to strain my eyes to make out the familiar red and white outfit on the first one. And she was talking to... I knew it, Shino. God, don't tell me this is the first time seeing her for 20 years even. It's actually really interesting. This story really does like to, you know, have 20-year intervals. Like we have Onigafuchi completely burning, and then we have obviously the beginning of the whole sort of development of Hanyu, and then we have obviously it all ending, and then 20 years later we have Orca. Kimiyoshi Shino, Miyariku's irreplaceable friend, and now Orca's mother-in-law. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Her features were the same despite how much time that had passed. Wow. However, perhaps due to the exhaustion that came with 20 years of responsibility, faint wrinkles were carved into her forehead, and God, it must actually be really quite weird just seeing your friend 20 years later. They really must have aged. Really must have aged. From what Orca had told me, since her husband, the mayor, was in poor health. Oh God. Shino had tentatively taken over all his duties. Oh God, that's awful. Yeah, fair enough. At least she's trying to, you know, make sure the effects are minimalised of damage. And perhaps because of the wisdom that came with age, her face had lost some of its former frankness and now gave off a more composed aura. Oh, right.
しかし
What are they talking about? Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. I felt a prick of anxiety at that little question. Shino talking to Orca wasn't particularly strange, though it wasn't every day. She'd still frequently come over to check on things and to bring food over. I witnessed that a number of times myself, yeah. However, it seemed Shino couldn't see me either, much to myself. Oh yeah, of course you wouldn't be able to see her, and thus at some point I started avoiding her. Still though, the looks on their faces were tense. Just what could they be discussing? Just then.
それでね。
So you see, Orca.
オーカ、昨日言ってた人、結局
Oh
助からなかったわ。
no! Oh God, that's so sad. In the end, the man I spoke about yesterday passed away. Oh heart pounded when I heard Shino grimly speak those ominous words.
死んだ
Passed away? Oh my god, that's horrible. What's happening here? Yeah, a bad feeling crept down my back and a chill ran down over me like a broken out into goosebumps. Well, relatable I have as well. I'm actually gonna put my video on. There was a clear sense of unrest about. I got even closer to the two of them, held my breath and listened in on the conversation. And then,
またですか
again.
これで今月だけで
What?
何人目ですか
How many does that make in this month alone? What?
もう20人は超え
It's
て
already over 20.
私も浄化の意志や薬師にもかけ
Oh my
病は見たことも
god.
ないって正直お手上げね
This is bad. Holy fuck, I don't know how, but this is Hinamizawa syndrome. Oh my god. I myself spoke with the physicians and medicine men at the castle, but they all said they'd never seen a plague like this before. Honestly, they were at a loss. No. Oka felt speechless and put her hands over her mouth as if to say she couldn't believe it. If Shino was really saying something that hopeless, then it must have been really, really bad. Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more. Oh my god, that's insane. God, over 20 though. Jesus Christ. Because she is really, really lucky that she actually checked about what they're talking about. I mean, if she hadn't have, just because, you know, you would have thought it would maybe be another scenario. Not really much had been going on. Yeah, God. Oh god, that's horrible. I'm really surprised this is the reaction that she's actually having though. Her father, the person that has been raising her since she was a baby, has fucking died, and yet she can only think about that. I mean, God, have a little bit more time for grieving. Jesus Christ. But I suppose you need to be strong in situations like these. Maybe that's why she's trying to, you know, do this. I don't know. Oh my god, man.
何か良い治療法はないのですか
No way. Are there no useful treatments
親
out
し
there?
い症状を出す疫病の薬を投与するとか
Yeah, we should be trying everything we can, like medicines for plagues with similar symptoms.
それもダメ
Yeah, that won't work either.
薬師の話を参考に
Yeah,
それ
yeah,
こそ
exactly.
考え
Yeah.
つく限りにやってみた
The
けど
experts said they tried everything they could think of, but nothing worked.
それに薬は高価な
Oh
ものばかりだ
yeah,
から
yeah, fair enough.
確証
Yeah.
もないところにやたらと大金はつぎ込めない
And because medicine is so expensive, they can't go sinking money into something they aren't sure will work. Yeah,
文字通りの
they've literally
満
done
足
all
尽
they
きた
can.
状態よ
That's so scary. Yeah.
じゃあ他の感染者が助かる見込みは
Then what are the chances of other patients recovering?
残念だけど
Yeah, unfortunately, it's hopeless right now. Oh god. Yeah, it is seriously scary to think what's actually going to happen if this doesn't spread. No, sorry, if this spreads. Dude, this is bad. Orca gripped her sleeves, slumped her shoulders and hung her head when she heard that. Unable to say anything to comfort her, Shino held her tongue with a grave expression.
疫病
A pandemic? It seemed the two of them were talking about a disease that was ravaging within the village. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And not only was it a mysterious plague, but it also had a fairly high mortality rate. No, it was worse than that. No, yeah, definitely. It would kill people and it would make them go mad and it would make them abandon all their sense of self. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. If this keeps up, the village may be destroyed for real. Destroyed?
この病に感染してしまうと高い確率で死に至る。
Those infected with the disease have a high chance of dying. Oh my god, man. Oh, Jesus. Dude, could you imagine if any of her family get it? Holy fuck. Oh god, I hope that doesn't happen. But that's a really scary thing about plagues. They're ruthless. They don't care. Of course they're going to kill anybody in their stride, really. Those infected with the disease have a high chance of dying. Yeah. And no effective treatments have been identified.
一方で感染者の数は
Yeah,
日々爆発的に増えている。
shit. Meanwhile, the number of patients is skyrocketing day
これ
after
だけ
day.
危険な条件が出揃っていると
Yeah.
有効な対処法が見つからない限り
With all these factors against us, the very worst outcome could occur. So long as we can't find an effective treatment.
ただでさえ田畑水源地は病死した人の死骸で埋まって
Jesus.
作物の
That's
含みも
insane.
絶望的だしね。
Even the crops and rivers are full of corpses of the diseased, so the prospects for produce are looking hopeless also.
最悪の事態。
Oh god, the worst outcome.
みんな死ぬってことで
Do you
す
mean
か？
everybody dying?
もちろんそうならないために
Yeah, fair enough. Of course, we're all doing all we can so that it doesn't come to
これ
that.
でもこの村を任せられている身ですもの。
Yeah, Jesus,
他
I
の可能性に
really...
もかけてみるつも
I
り。
just genuinely wonder what they are going to actually do. They can't really evacuate. I mean, they could evacuate, but everybody goes a different way. And then I suppose the people that have it die out, and then, yeah, nobody actually has the disease because of how split up everybody would be. But at the same time, there are things called griffies ruling a lot of places around Onigafuchi. You really think that'd be a good idea? Oh, God. This could really be the fall of the village. But she not stopped herself there. Oh, fuck, yeah. She didn't dare say the rest. No, it was clear from the look on her face that she didn't want to say it. Shino had just said they'd taken all possible measures, and knowing her, I knew she'd be running around all this time, even prepared to use her personal savings. But even so, it hadn't worked out, which meant the only way left was to abandon the village and find a new place to live. Yeah. However, that truly was only their last resort. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The people to Onigafuchi, they are the most faithful to their village. They're never going to do that with choice. Even if the healthy evacuated the village, it was unlikely they'd be able to find a place that could house so many people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In fact, if there was already other people living there, it would be clear. It was clear that there'd be strife for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, they could think that. Yeah, don't bring your disease here. We don't have the land and food to support refugees. Yeah, that is a genuine problem. Yeah, it was very plausible that there would be deaths from more than disease for reasons like that. So much blood could be pointlessly shed. It's unbelievable to think that's very true. It could spread as well. We don't know anything about this pathogen. Maybe it's one that infects other bodies. Even so, this village was descending into such peril that they'd have no choice but to select that terrible future. Yeah, God. Holy fuck. Yeah, I hope we can find some other way, but for now... Oh my God. What are they going to do? Oh my God, yeah, seriously, yeah. Oh, Jesus, I hope she doesn't get it. You be careful yourself, Oka. Your healthy ran out, but you've never had a particularly strong constitution.
昔の話ですよ。
That is all in the past.
ご心配には及びません。
Yeah, you do not have to worry about me. Yeah. I mean, it's only natural. God, man.
それに庄司は男だからいいとしても不安なのはウカよ。
God. Furthermore, while Shoji will maybe fine because he's a man, because he's a man, you really think the blimmin' disease is not going to happen to him because he's male? Like, that makes zero sense. But okay, I'm concerned about Huka. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
無理を言って手に入れてきたから二人にも
Oh
飲ませてお
yeah.
きなさい。
I mean, it's not going to have any use, but still, I think it's really nice that they've, you know, she's gone out of her way to do that. I managed to pull you some strings to get this Chinese herbal medicine, so please make sure you and her take it.
気休めにしか
Yeah,
ならないかもしれないけど。
though it may bring nothing more than peace of mind.
すみません
Thank you,
お母
Mother.
様。
Oh, but
でも
私たちのこ
we'll
と
be
は
fine,
大
we'll
丈
get
夫。
by.
なんとかやってい
Yeah,
るから。
God, I hope so. Dude, could you imagine if the whole village actually gets killed by Hinamizawa syndrome? Holy shit. We'll be fine, we'll get by.
子と孫の心配をするのは
Oh god,
Those in the
yeah, it's only
video.
natural to worry about your children and your granddaughter. Yeah, same for Hanyu.
それじゃまた
Alright
来
then,
るわ
I'll see you later. Yeah. Shino handed over a medicine pouch with those parting words, gave Orca a light tap on the shoulder to cheer her up, and then left. Orca silently watched as she descended the stone staircase. Yeah. She sighed and looked up at the sky.
私は
Yeah, what should I do? Yeah, I genuinely wonder what they're actually going to be able to do, because the thing is, Hanyu, I mean, I get that she's said her real name, but at the same time, she's never ever said that she's, you know, of supernatural origin. And if anything, are the Linoses actually there to give her the medicine that she needs? And secondly, can she make any of the medicine that would actually be able to support this disease? God, it is really scary to think what this could actually develop into. I could hear sorrow in her voice. Yeah, she gripped the medicine pouch Shino gave her as she stood still by the shrine gate, looking so feeble that a gust of wind could knock her over. Oh God. Yeah, my heart wrenched when I saw that. Orca. Huh? Yeah, I really wonder what... Oh! Right, that could potentially be a really bad mistake, but like still, I shifted to my physical body, approached her from behind and called out. Orca looked over her shoulder at me and gave me a sad smile, as if she could tell just by looking at me that she wasn't, able to pretend nothing was wrong.
羽生いたのね。
Honey, so you were here?
はい。
Yes.
いつから
Since when?
一人が死んだとシノ
Yeah,
が話したあ
around
た
the
りか
time
ら
Shino
で
said
す。
that somebody had died. I think it's really, really good that she's knowing the situation, and yeah, I really wonder what she's actually going to be able to do. I see. Oh yeah, Orca frowned again and hung her head without saying another word. She looked even smaller than she already was. Oh, and it hurt just to see how feeble she seemed.
大変な事態が
It sounds rather bad.
起きている
Oh
よ
yeah,
う
I
です。
couldn't agree more. Yeah, it sounds rather bad.
私も今知ったの。
Oh my god, I only learned about it just now myself. Jesus, that must be awful.
ただの季節変わりの風邪だって聞いていたのだけどね。
Oh, I heard there was some sort of seasonal cold going on around. I think it's a little bit
お
more
母
than
様
that.
が 私に心配をかけないよ
Oh
うに
yeah, if you knew the
話を
details,
小さく
holy
して
fuck.
伝えてく
But
れて
Shino
いたみた
apparently
い
kept quiet about it so as not to worry about me. However, I can figure out the rest for myself. The fact that Shino had finally come clean with Orca meant that she had already prepared herself. In other words, yeah, definitely. In other words, she was ready to take their last resort, to leave Onigafuchi village and find a new home. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, yeah. So as long as the source and the cause of the illness remained a mystery, it wasn't safe to keep staying in the village. So all they could do was evacuate the healthy villagers. Yeah.
しかしそれを話せばオーカはきっと反対す
Oh,
る
that's actually fair enough, yeah. But Orca would have been against it if she's been told. There was no way Shino didn't know how attached Orca was to this village. Yeah, definitely. That was why she kept trying to find whatever other way she could until the very last minute. Yeah, good for her. God, that really is quite unbelievable that she's ready, you know, she's ready to completely go somewhere else. But, yeah, I do not think a strong-willed person like Orca would ever accept that. Yeah, and it was because Orca could understand what a harsh and painful decision it was that she couldn't bring herself to reject Shino's proposal. Yeah.
この村を出ていく
No, but the only thing is that it's actually...
出ていかなきゃいけ
We're
ない
leaving this village. We'll have to leave?
父様と母様が守ったこの村を
Oh my god,
私たちは捨てて
We'll abandon the village my mother and father protected.
オーカ
Orca.
羽生は
Yeah, what would you do,
どうするの?
Hanyu? Yeah, I really wonder.
そうですね
Good question. Onigafuchi village has held a lot of memories for me too. Yeah, definitely. So that may mean Riku, Shino, Ryo, and Orca. The memories of the times I'd spent with those people were the most precious in my life. Yeah. However, even if the village was abandoned and became a ghost town, it wouldn't prove all that much of an obstacle for my mission. No, don't think of it like that. I'd be sad, of course, but Ryo's functions were still operating for the time being, and there were other Linuses around the land. Besides, even in the event that Orca and her family left the village, I'd go with them. Yeah, fair. Then as long as they could find a new home, I intended to assist them with their lives there.
私は今この村のではなく
Oh,
あなたの守り神です
interesting. Right now, I'm the guardian deity of this, not this village, but of you.
これから
Yes,
も
I intend to remain
あな
with
たと
you.
共にいるつもりですよ。
Yeah.
ありがとう。
Thank you. Orca smiled happily when she heard that. Yeah, fair enough, but yeah, her face was sad and feeble. She probably felt that my presence would soothe her. Yeah, but she wanted was clearly something else. She wants the village that she knows and loves to be brilliant again. And it seemed that she had already realised that it was something she had to acknowledge as well.
あなたには本当にいろいろと助けられたわ。
It's really have been a great help to
8
me.
年前だって。
Like 8 years ago. Oh.
そうだわ。
That's right, aren't you? Oh shit, what?
はい。
Yes? Just then, Orca suddenly jolted her head out, spun around and faced me. Her eyes were full of hope and expectation. And since this reaction had been triggered by the words 8 years ago, I could guess what she was about to say.
お願い。
Please.
あなたの力、もう一度私に貸してくれない？
What did she do 8 years ago? What? Would you please lend me your power one more time?
何でしょうか。
How so?
薬を作ってほしいの。
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so this is how. Yeah, I want you to make some medicine for the villagers.
そうよ。
Yes, that's right. Yes, I'm assuming she probably really got badly injured from sword practice as a result. Yeah, she needs to get medicine for it. Yes, that's right.
子供の頃、死の病にかかった私を救える薬をあなた
What?
は作ってくれたで
Oh
しょ。
my god. Jesus Christ, so that fatal illness was going around when she was a child. Or maybe it was a different plague, to be fair. I don't believe that the village could have had Higurashi syndrome at its worst for so long. Really don't believe it. When I was a child, you made medicine to save me from that fatal illness, didn't you? Yeah. Oh god! 8 years ago, Orca was suddenly bedridden with illness. The disease was so serious that it caused the whole body to break out into rashes, maintained a long fever, and eventually turned from laboured breathing from respiratory failure, leading to death. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. That's insane. That really is awful. She's probably like 12, 13 as well. God. Oh my god, there was no treatment or medicine for it. Victims would spend 2 to 3 weeks towing the line between life and death, use up all their stamina until their fever broke. Oh, and the majority would die of exhaustion. That is brutal. That was the source of illness, it was. So when Orca came down with the illness, the villagers quarantined her and didn't dare approach her for fear of getting infected. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah. God, the fact that she would even try that really just shows how much strength she has as, you know, a person. She's so selfless that, you know, she doesn't even care about herself when it comes to helping others. Only Sinnoh tried to nurse her back to health with no fear of the illness, but Orca politely refused, not wanting to get her sick too. Yeah. And so I watched over Orca in her bedroom. Oh, yeah, until I couldn't watch any longer. I decided to use Rio's remaining functions to create medicine for her. Yeah, that is actually good, but at the same time, if she's using remaining functions, then yeah, is she really going to be able to treat Higurashi syndrome here?
死の病から運よく生還しても、そのものの体には醜い跡が残ると聞いていた。
Yeah, that is actually fair enough. I heard even those fortunate enough to survive the illness end up with hideous scars.
だけど、あなたの
Yeah, that
薬を
really
飲んだ
doesn't surprise me
私は
somehow. But your medicine
何の
didn't
後
leave
も
any
残る
scars
ことがなかっ
behind.
た。だから私、
So I was surprised.
これが神様の
Oh
力
yeah,
な
fair
のか
enough.
と驚い
Yeah,
た
I
わ。
thought I'd truly seen the power of God. Yeah, Orca wasn't the only one surprised. Everyone thought that she'd never recover from the illness, only for her to rebound healthy as ever. It is actually really quite surprising that, but that is what the Dians are so good at. Completely overthrowing human expectations. The whole village was astonished as if they'd seen a ghost walking around in the broad daylight. Fair enough. Oh my god. Oh yeah, fair enough. Sinnoh herself trembled in shock when she heard about Orca's recovery. But once she saw for herself Orca was alright, she broke down crying and hugged her so tight you think she'd never like. Wow. Yeah. That is fair enough. Yeah. The story spread around the village as a miracle of oyashiro-sama. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is, ironically, leading to increased donations and faith into the shrine. That's actually really quite good. I mean, obviously the donations aren't really going to go to Hanya because they don't really have any meaning. They're going to go to what's her name, Oka. Yeah, I really wonder. Couldn't you use that godly power from back then to create a cure from the illness spreading through the village? Well, Hanya? Oh my god, the feeling Shino must have. Holy shit. I think relief is putting it lightly even. Yeah, I really wonder if she is actually able to. I could! Oh! Yeah, then can you make enough medicine for the entire village? Yes. Oh, brilliant! I could go to Onigafuchi and use Ryuo's remaining viruses to analyze the plague and create medicine. That's all it would take. The illnesses of this world were surprisingly simple and frail. Oh, brilliant. God, I really wonder what the illnesses of the Ryuns were like. But I suppose the Griffiths could actually be one of them analysed, I suppose. But they aren't really native illnesses. They're illnesses because of things they've actually done. The illnesses of this world were surprisingly simple and frail. Therefore, by mixing local plants and extracting the components from them, I could easily cure them. Seriously? Wow, I'm genuinely surprised though. I would have thought there'd be some sort of really special medicine that would actually be made by the Ryo. The villagers would likely be saved without any suffering. Yeah, that's really quite good. It would require a lot of them to make enough medicine for all the villagers, but with enough time I could definitely cure them. Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, she doesn't have time. That is the only thing that is kind of concerning. However, oh, thank goodness. Yeah, then please do so, Hanya. No, but the only thing is I really don't understand why she's saying a however. Yeah, make medicine to save the I cannot. What? Why? I apologize, but I cannot do that. God, I am so surprised. What? Huh? Oka looked back at me in shock. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected it at all either. So she had been begging me. Deep down, she probably hadn't expected me to refuse. After all, I'd done everything she'd asked of me up until now. Yeah, why is she refusing? Genuinely, why? Some of her requests had been difficult, but I would take them on so long. I would take them on so long as I was capable of it, even if it meant pushing myself, and I never regretted it. Yeah, but why is she not able to? Even I had things I could not do, because I was not a real god. Fair enough, but like, if I were a god, I would have no fetters, behave however I pleased, and do anything at my own discretion. Yeah, fair. However, I had fetters. Yeah, interesting. No, it was precisely because we were omnipotent in this world that we had taboos. That can't be. No, you've got to be kidding me. So she is... I just want to sort of grasp this. So she's basically not willing to give people medicine because firstly she doesn't think she's a real god, and secondly oh, omnipotent means having unlimited power, right? God, that's actually really quite surprising. So I kind of get the impression that firstly she's doing it because she doesn't want her identity to be leaked. Secondly, she can't do it because she feels as a god of the village, you know. She isn't a true god, so I suppose she doesn't really want people to think that Oyashiro-sama is an actual god. I'm not entirely sure though. I just don't really... It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand how this could justify not saving loads of human lives when you have the potential to do so. But that can't be. Yeah, I really don't understand. Why? Yeah, exactly. Why, Hanyu? Because that is our law. What? An absolute law that has been placed on all Yun when we immigrated to this world, to coexist with the native intelligent life, and to never interfere more than necessary. Oh, shit. I don't really think this should apply. I think in a situation like this you should abandon rules because it concerns actual lives. But at the same time, are they really going to... Oh shit. We Yun came to this world simply to immigrate from a destroyed homeworld, not to invade. Therefore we advocated coexisting with the natives, and even those who lost their bodies nominally descended to this land via co-prosperity through assimilation and began living new lives. Yeah. Any Griffiths who exhibited radical or invasive behaviour were subjected to elimination in light of that law, and I hunted them down as part of my body, part of my duty. Yeah. Any Griffiths who exhibited radical or invasive behaviour were subjected to elimination in light of that law, and I hunted them down as part of my duty. Yeah, definitely, yeah. No, but the only thing is that it's actually really quite scary to think, would she be justifiably killed if that's the case? Oh, God. But on the other hand, using Ryuan technology to solve problems unrelated to Griffiths was sternly admonished as slighting this land's culture and causality. As a result, even if it were possible for us to save humans from rampant diseases and natural disasters, we would never once lend them a hand. Oh god. Orca.
人には運命と
Everybody
いう
has
も
a
のがあります。
No! That is cruel.
あなたの病は本来時間をかければ治
Your illness
る
would
も
have
のでし
normally
た。
healed with time.
ただそれまでの間、そして治ってからも苦しい思いをさせるのが忍びなく、私はその手
Yeah,
助け
yeah,
をしただ
definitely.
け。
I don't really think an illness would have healed with time at all, but like, yeah, but I couldn't bring to let you go through the pain during and after the illness, so I simply left it to hand. Yeah. Though actually, that wasn't true. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Orca would have almost certainly died from that illness, yeah. However, I decided to use a loophole in the law to give Orca Yun medicine. So why can't she do it for the entire villagers? I mean, I suppose it is a much bigger scale, but at the same time, yeah, it's just a bigger effect, really. Orca was half Yun. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Therefore, she had the right to take our reference medicine. Yeah, fair. Call it a selfish interpretation if you will. No, it's not I mean, to be fair, if you're looking at it here, from a viewpoint of the law, I suppose you could call it selfish, but if you're looking at it from a, just basic moral and ethical viewpoint, then I think it's more ethical to break the law than to... I suppose it really depends on the context, but like, I think in situations like these, you should break the law if it means saving somebody's life. Like, God. Naturally, I'd never told Orca about that, and so I couldn't afford to make this current case an exception. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah.
しかし、この病を根絶すれば、
Oh yeah, of course,
本
yeah.
来死すべき者が生き、定められた運命に逆らうことになりましょう。
However, if this disease is eradicated, those who were supposed to die will live, and those who will just fight, and they will defy their designated fates.
それはこの世界に移住した私たちには
Interesting.
許され
That's
ない
something
行
we
為
as
なんで
immigrants
す。
to this world cannot allow. That's actually really interesting. I really wonder if what's the name? Orca actually knows if where her origin is from.
ならこの
Yeah,
病
but
で村人が死
exactly.
ぬのは運命だというの。
Then are you saying that it's fate that the villagers die from this
こ
illness?
の村が滅びてなくなるのは
Yeah.
仕方がないことだっていうの。
Yeah, it's actually really quite interesting that this is happening after another 20 years. Yeah, that's just really bad timing. Are you saying it's only natural for this village to be destroyed?
そうとは言いません。
That's not what I mean.
ただ、
It's just...
ただ
Just what?
人の命を救わず
Oh
にする
yeah,
ことに
yeah, good
どういう
one.
理由があるのよ。
Yeah, you fucking win this, Orca. Holy shit. Yeah, good one. Good one. I instinctively flinched when Orca retorted in an enraged tone. She wasn't wrong. You didn't need a reason to save lives. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because that is the constance that proves we were born with reasoning. Yeah, and at least commitment we can make to live with others beside ourselves. Yeah. People may be saved by others in times of distress, so if you expect that goodwill from others, then you should do the same. Should you find the shoe on the other foot? Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that is a moral doctrine that requires no religious maxim to understand, and that is why humans are able to live in groups with others who have different values from themselves. Yeah. Oh! Tell me, Hanyu.
必要とされることをやってできる
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. What's wrong with doing what you can to help in times of need?
どこがおかしいの？
Yeah, what is so strange about that?
それに掟や決まりは人が幸せに暮らすために定められたものなのでしょ？
Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. But I suppose you could argue that these rules and laws were made for the Putus people so that they could live happily in the sense that they won't die. But I don't know. But laws, because besides, laws and rules were made so people can live happily,
だった
right?
らどうしてあなたの言う掟は
Yeah,
人が不幸になる
interesting.
こ
So
とを
why
是
does
と
this
す
law
る
use
の
people
よ？
promote misery?
王か
Orca. It's true though. You can't defend yourself because you know it's true. Honey,
あな
you
たは
can
病
cure
を
the
治すこと
illness,
ができるの
right?
でしょ？
Yeah, I really wonder if she can.
薬を作ることができるので
You
しょ？
can
だ
make medicine for it, right?
ったらどうしてそれを
Yeah,
やって
then
く
why
れな
won't
い
you
の？
do it?
あなたの力で亡くならなくてもいい命が救われてこの村が
Yeah,
滅ばない
yeah,
で済むの
definitely,
よ。
yeah. Lives that don't have to be lost can be saved with your power, and then the village won't be destroyed, right? Yeah, so why? Oh, yeah, good, you're making her think. Good. Orca's words were right and just. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Then I remembered how I had once challenged the Dyun elders and Dyun on the same thing! That is so true. No, I remember when everyone was actually sort of resigning to battle, but she was the one person that, you know, had stopped. No, but the only thing is this could either be good because it's the same thing that, you know, her daughter is fighting for herself, and obviously she's going to feel really sad that she's sort of given into, I suppose, what she's been fighting for. Or you could either think that because she lost in that fight, the daughter's also going to lose. Oh no, it could either be really good or really bad.
我らハイ
Yeah.
ハイリュウンを名乗る者はリュウンの民とこの世界の人間たちの融和と安寧を図るのがその役目と義務であったはず。
And that's Heis. The self-proclaimed Haidians are supposed to have the role and obligation to strive to bring peace and harmony between the Dyun clan and the humans. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
武力の発展が文明を育てる。
Military development fosters civilization,
だ
so.
が、それまで
Yeah, but
出
the
な
blood
くて
of
もいい
unnecessary
犠牲が生
sacrifices
まれ
is spilled out
血が流れ
until
る。
then. It does, yeah. There's so much to get the development. So much misery. That is why I did what I could to protect my brethren and the natives. Yeah, the duty assigned to me in accordance with that goal was to hunt griffies. Yeah, so even if I did save people with the medicine made with Dyun technology, the result would be the same, wouldn't it? Yeah, the only difference would be that the treatment was an illness. The threat was an illness, not griffies. One could very well make that argument. However, what? Why is there a however? How is she still contrasting it?
あなたは人を救うということをまだよく分かっていませんね。
Okay, you still do not have a proper understanding of what it means to save people, do you? How so? Huh?
あなたの言う通り、私の処方した薬で
Yeah.
この地に蔓延している病を駆逐することは可能だと思います。
Just as you say, I believe it's possible to exterminate the illness ravaging Islam with my
で
medicine.
すが、田畑はどうです？
But what of the crop fields? What does she mean? I mean, is she talking about the fact that the crops will be really, there will be so much less crops, or will she be talking about, oh god, the corpses?
死の話だと、
Yeah.
病で生き絶えた人や動物の死骸で
Oh
村の水
shit.
と土は激しく汚
Oh
染され
god,
ている
that's
という。
awful. According to Shino, the diseased corpses of humans and animals are seriously polluting the village's water and earth.
ということはおそらく
Oh yeah, yeah,
私は
definitely,
例
yeah.
年以上の大凶作となる。
God, which means that this year will likely be more atrocious than usual.
この食料不足の問題に対して
Yeah,
あなたは
that's
どの
actually
よう
really
な
quite
対
fair
策を
enough. So
講じるつもり
even
で
if
すか？
they are saved, they are going to go through hell because of the, you know, the effects of this, you know, tragedy that has happened. What measures do you plan to take to address this food shortage problem? Well,
それは
yeah, God, it really is quite tricky. But at the same time, I still think it's better. Like we've seen so many times in this story, I really don't think you should base what you're going to do entirely on the worst case scenario. You should do it on the best case scenario with the chance that it is going to work out. This is one of those situations I think that would be the best idea in. Orca managed to barely swallow her words and awkwardly looked away. Yeah, fair enough. She didn't even need me to say it. She'd probably come to me again for asking my help in providing food. That too, yeah, that's impossible to imagine even now.
もちろんその時になって助けを
Yeah,
求められても
definitely, yeah.
私ならあなたの期待に応えることができます。
Of course, even if you come to me for help again at that time, I will be able to live up to your
こ
expectations.
の村すべての人たちが
Yeah.
1年間食いつなげるだけの量はなんとか揃えてみせましょう。
I was managed to somehow scrounge enough food to last all the villagers a year.
でもその後病と飢饉で同様に苦しんでいるであろう周辺の集
Oh
落が
god.
鬼ヶ淵村には食料があ
Yeah,
ると
that's
知
actually
って
really quite fair enough, yeah.
どのようなことが起こりますか？
Yeah, but if surrounding settlements suffering from similar diseases and famine hear that there is such food in Onigafuchi village, what will happen? Yeah, a lot of unrest. Yeah, those people would almost certainly beg Onigafuchi village for aid. Yeah, definitely, but the only thing is they barely have aid. They're just going to have enough, they're probably going to have enough for a year, which is a lot, but at the same time, that is a stash that they are never going to get again, so they need to make the most of it. But this village obviously wouldn't be able to provide others with food when they barely had enough to get by as it was. Yeah, easily. So naturally, conflict involving food would arise, and in the worst case scenario would lead to stealing and massive bloodshed. Yeah. You don't need Griffies to make massive conflicts. Yeah. Which would be larger in the end. Number of casualties for that, or the number of casualties who were originally supposed to die of the illness. Interesting question, actually. I really wonder. I reckon the amount of people that will die for the illness, because let's be honest, this film... yeah, I think the amount of people dying for the illness, because it's going to spread to the entire village, and we don't really know about Hinamizawa syndrome much yet. Like, everybody has a variant of it. It's the pathogen, the microbe is excited. I suppose it excites the microbe and obviously makes it have a worse effect when the village is left. So evacuation is not going to do much at all. No, but that is actually a really scary thought.
分かってください。
Yeah, please understand, Orca.
過ぎたる技術や得意な恵みは
Yeah.
かえって無用な争いを呼び
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially
Especially because of how advanced the medicine would potentially be. If advanced medicine can be going in on Onigafuchi, you know what people want to do. They will take advantage of as much as possible. This is advanced technology, and yeah, obviously that will cause conflict when people realise that, yeah, it can't be made just for them specifically. But anyway, please understand, Orca, this advanced technology and unique blessing will only bring forth unnecessary conflict and misery.
村人すべてを本当の意味で救うと
Yeah,
い
yeah,
うのなら
definitely.
ば
If you want to truly save
そ
all
の
the
先の
villages,
こと
you
まで
need
考
to consider
えを
what will
巡
come
らせなく
afterwards.
てはいけないので
Yeah, I
す
couldn't agree more.
た
Yeah.
だこの病をこの村から追い出しただけで
And
済
it
む話
really,
では
really
ないの
won't.
です
It's so true. The illness doesn't even get exterminated as well, which is a funny thing. It won't just end with the extermination of the illness from this village.
そうね。
You're right, I believe this, just as you
羽
say.
の言う通りだと思う。
Yeah.
分かっている。
Oh god, it's
そ
so
れくらいは
brutal.
理解できるつもりなの。
I know. I'd like to think I understand that much. But Orca said, raising her head. Oh. Oh, she wore the saddest expression I've ever seen. I don't blame her, but at the same time, I really wonder if this could potentially be some sort of saving grace. I don't know. In it dwelled a sense of powerlessness. Oh, and a hatred and resentment of irrationality. Yeah, fair.
あなたが以前に奇跡を見せてくれたから。
Oh,
私は
yeah. Yeah, that's
それに頼ってしまいたく
understandable.
なった。
Since you previously showed me a miracle, it made me want to rely on that.
自分たちだけなら諦めてしまったことも、あなたなら何とかしてくれるかもって思って、信じて、期待して。
I believe that you could do something we would have no hope of doing on our own, and that gave me faith and hope. Yeah.
王か
Okay.
期待してはいけなかったの。
Is it wrong to get one's hopes up?
あなたに頼ってはいけなかったの。
Oh, yeah. Is it wrong to rely on you?
何もできなくて諦める絶望と、できるのに使えない
Oh,
悔しさ。
yeah, yeah, definitely,
ど
yeah.
っちが辛いか。
Yeah. Which do you believe is more painful, the resignation and despair of being powerless, or the frustration that you can do something but are in no position to do it?
それは
I really don't know. I mean, both are as bad as each other, honestly. I think the more painful one. No, I really don't know. I think frustration that you can. Just because you have that added feeling of guilt of, you know, if somebody dies, for example, you could have done something to prevent it. You have basically killed that person. Even though you're powerless. It kind of depends how the powerlessness was actually... kind of depends on the reasons it has, but yeah, very likely the case that you couldn't do anything about the person's death. But yeah, Hanyu has that level of guilt if she actually continues with this. Yeah.
こんなことなら奇跡なんて
Oh god, yeah,
知
fair
りたくなかった。
enough. If I'd known it would come to this, I wish I'd never known of miracles.
あなたの頂上の力の存在を
Yeah,
私は知り
yeah,
たくなかった。
fair. I wish I'd never known of your supernatural powers. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. そうすれば諦められたのに
Oh.
仕方ないって自分を納得させられたのに。
Yeah, yeah, that's actually fair enough. That way I can convince myself that there's nothing that could have been done, even if it meant giving up. Yeah, but the only thing is she knows, of course, she's going to be able to think the opposite. Oh, what's this? Orca's words. Painfully coming deep to the core. Was she saying that it was a mistake to learn of my existence? That she wouldn't hope for miracles if she hadn't met me? Oh, yeah. It sounded as though she'd begrudged and denied our chance meeting, which made me so...
奇跡は実際に起きた瞬間から奇跡ではなく
I
な
don't really
る。
understand that. The moment a miracle actually occurs, it ceases to be a miracle. I knew it was too late, but I ruminated over the warning the elders had given me. Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah, because I suppose the sort of the really crazy thing about a miracle would be that, you know, it's just one what's the phrase? I'm so tired that I can barely think. One of a kind. It would just be one of a kind thing that should never happen again and could probably never happen again. But obviously, the more things like those happen to you, the more you just sort of really forget how rare they are and just how unlikely they should be. But yeah, that is definitely a really bad thing, just relying on stuff like this, and we really see how many times just relying on stuff like this is really quite bad. That which was meant to die wouldn't die. Yeah, that which was meant to be destroyed wouldn't be destroyed. That act would truly destroy the law of cause and effect and make light of the native civilization. Oh, yeah, fair enough. But if you abuse powers and consider supernatural in this world, and powers considered supernatural in this world and made them possible, those who benefited and suffered from them would come to mistake them for inevitabilities. Yeah, it's actually interesting. So I suppose by that they mean like it's going to be inevitable that they are going to be saved by this sort of really supernatural thing that is never sort of relating to them. Any technology or knowledge that easily alters the future without verification and understanding has a high risk of causing problems. Fair, yeah. In fact, there have been those who'd sought them and caused conflicts. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, definitely. Therefore, it was strictly forbidden to intervene with the problems meant to be resolved by the natives, and I had indeed done that before. Yeah, interesting. So I really wonder if she is actually going to break her rules. Though it was only on the small scale. The one who violated that law was none other than me. Yeah, and my mistakes of carelessly giving Orca hope was the cause of her current despair. Yeah.
ごめんなさい。
Oh God, I'm so sorry, Orca. Oh God. Orca kept biting her lip, turning around and hung her head in response to my apology. If you're sorry, then help me out. Yeah, her feebly trembling back seemed to be saying that. Even so, I just said, oh! Oh my God, it's Huka. Oh my God, so that's Rika's, Rika. God, you're a little bit out of time. I mean, Orca's daughter. Huh? Oh wow. A little girl suddenly ran out of the forest and raced over to Orca as soon as she saw her. This girl was Huka, Orca's daughter. Yeah. Oh my God, I really get the feeling that after seeing this and just seeing how much is going to be lost, all of these people, they're going to be dead if she doesn't follow this. Yeah, you really think she's going to be able to face law when she sees this? Just what is going to be lost if she, if she continues with this attitude? The face of hers that so resembled a young Orca was wet with tears and full of fear. Oh no, Huka, what's wrong?
どうしたの？大変なのです。お父様が。
No. Still, father is. Huh? What the fuck has happened? No. No! Darling.
どうしたのですか？
What's the matter, darling? Oh shit. Realizing Huka's panic wasn't normal, Orca hurried back to the estate, got up on the veranda, opened the door to the living room and became shocked. Oh my god. Okay, this hasn't actually said it's dead. It's a situation where he's dead, and yet Shoji, Orca's husband, who had only come home yesterday, was lying on the tatami floor with a look of agony on his face, groaning as sweat rose to his forehead. Oh no! Father? Stay back, don't get near me. What? When he saw his wife and daughter trying to run over to him in a panic, Shoji mustered his voice and shouted at them, and then...
Ouka!
Jesus! Ouka, please take Huka and get out of this house! What way would I...
どうしてそんな
Ouka looked like she was about to cry when her husband suddenly told her to get out, but when she saw Shoji's face, she gasped. Unfocused eyes, unnatural levels of sweat, and jaundice that covered his face. What is jaundice? Jesus Christ. When your skin, the rest of your eyes turn yellow. Fucking hell. Sign of serious, like, things like liver failure. Jesus fucking Christ. No, it can't be. Hurry up and go. Oh, God. Oh, God, hurry up and go contact my mother and head for the Sonozaki residence. No. I couldn't possibly. Oh my god, yeah. Oh god. Oh, just do it. I'll be damned if I get you and Huka sick too. Darling, dear Shoji. Father. Ouka desperately grabbed Huka as she was trying to run over to her father, all the while standing still and sobbing with none of her usual composure anywhere to be found. Oh god, impossible. To think my husband would catch the plague. At this rate. Oh my god, yeah. At this rate, my dearest Shoji will. Oh god, horrifying images flashed through my head. Shoji had doted dearly on Ouka. Ever since he was a child, he was a kind brother. Even after she started living in the Furude house, he'd get worried and come over to check on her and help her with the housework many a time. And after they got married and he became her husband, he was always considerate of Ouka, and helped her with her shrine duties. Someone that dear and irreplaceable to me is gonna die? Gonna leave me? No, I don't want that. I can't accept that. I don't want to accept that. Oh my god, with that thought, Orca told Higurashi to stay still in the garden and ran over to the shrine grounds. Oh god, what is she gonna do? To see the only one who has power to salvage this situation. Yeah. Orca? Now she is never going to let any of her arguments win. She's just gonna completely destroy them. I was sitting on a stone in the shrine grounds when Orca suddenly ran over to me, gasping for air. Her hair disheveled. For a moment, a look of hesitation appeared on her face when she remembered what happened earlier, but she shook it off, got on her knees, and bowed down before me, her head on the ground. Oh, God, she's desperate. She's desperate. God, I hope she doesn't lose her husband, though. Jesus Christ. Please, Hanyu, please. Oh, yeah, please save Shoji. Huh? Yeah, her husband has it. I gasped, overwhelmed by her intensity. But judging from how Higurashi had been acting earlier and Orca's panic complete, I quickly understood the situation. Yeah.
Shoji,
your husband has caught the illness, hasn't he? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, honey. Oh my god, that is fair enough, but even if she does it now, oh, her husband is going to be dead. Potentially. I mean, I don't know, maybe there is still hope, I don't know. I'd love to jump on that bandwagon, but at the same time, I don't really know. I thought that everything would be resolved if you gave everyone medicine and rid the village of this illness. Oh god. Yeah. So when you pointed out the flaws in our logic, I was angry not with you, but with myself. I was bitter, I felt so pathetic. I was a shallow fool for talking so grandly about saving all the villagers when I didn't even stop to think through the consequences. You were right, Hanyu. I didn't have the forethought or resolve to truly save the villagers. Orca. Oh my god. Oh, and yet when I was just shown how little thought I put an end to any of it, my mind went black and I got confused. I instinctively flew off the handle and even had the gall to sink as low to blame the one who'd pointed that out to me. Some daughter of the hooded is I am. Some reincarnation of oyashiro-sama I am. Oh god. For all I admired my parents for. Oh god, I completely failed to understand the essence of any of it. When I heard Orca constantly blaming herself like that, my heart stung. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, Oh, she truly was a kind girl. Yeah. Yeah. Because even though I was the one who led her astray, she regretted her own mistake, reflected on it, and was able to apologize. Yeah, interesting that. Yeah. But it's different with him.
庄司兄様はこの村を少しでも豊かにしようと懸命にな
Yeah.
って農学を学ぼうとしている。
Shorty has been doing his best to study agriculture to try and bring even a little more prosperity to this village.
私よりもずっとずっと
Yeah.
鬼ヶ淵村のみんな
Yeah.
の幸せのために頑張っている人なの。
He's worked so much harder than me for Onigafuchi village's happiness.
だから
Yeah, so I don't want to let him die.
絶対
No, I don't want that. Not at all. No, I know. Oh, God. Please.
もし運命が人の命を必要と
Jesus,
してい
if
るのなら
fate needs somebody's life, then please take my life in place of his.
私の命を持って行ってください。
Oh my God.
だから
So please save him.
あの人を救ってください。
Oh God. Please, I'm begging you. Oh, please tell me. Please. Oh God. God, she is so unbelievably strong. She really is. Orka's voice was so choked with tears that she couldn't even speak anymore, but she kept prostrating herself and begging. As I suddenly watched that, I realised once again how much Orka cared for Shoji. Yes, please. I'm begging you, please save Shoji. Hanyu.
風花は
What will her car
ど
do?
うするのですか？
You have got to be kidding me. Huh?
あの子には
Does she not need
母
a
親が必要ではない
No,
のです。
but at the same time, that is actually very, very true. Yeah.
父親だって
She needs her
必要です。
father.
それに私のように視野の狭い親のもとで
No,
育つよりも
stop thinking like
庄
that.
司兄様ならきっと
It's not true at all. I mean, maybe he would, but like, still, you cannot assume that. You cannot. Why would. I mean, how scarred would she be from her not existing? You cannot ever do that. And I'm sure Shoji would do a finer job of raising her than a short-sighted mother like me, I'm sure of it. When I heard that, I recalled how Riku had once said something similar. Oh, this is near where it changes, I bet you anything. Now, yes, now that I had to think about it, he told me something when I was pregnant with Orca. That to marry someone and deny the life you were blessed with would be to deny yourself. Yeah, definitely. It was just like then. I didn't want Orca to deny her meeting with me. Yeah. And I didn't want to deny my reunion with her either. In that case, what I needed was resolve to not let a new tragedy occur through my choices, and to accept it and take responsibility for it all the way until the end, even if it did come to pass. I steeled that resolve.
Orca.
Oh my God. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I gently called out to her as I took a medicine pouch out of my sleeve. Then I knelt down on the ground right next to the grovelling Orca and held it out to her. Huh? Oh
解
my
熱と鎮
God.
静の薬です。
Oh, that is so good. This is fever mating just in a
この
sedative.
世界の人間にも効くと思いますので、彼に飲ませてあげてください。
That's brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy she gave in the end. I'm just so bloody happy. I believe it should be effective on humans of this world, so please give it to him. I find it really funny that she is never able to see the the seriousness of the situation until Riku is involved. I mean she is, but like she's never really sort of able to take action. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, the second it relates to Riku, boom. I suppose that was just a coincidence, but at the same time, it really, really strengthened this. Hanyu.
薬が出来上がるまでに力尽きては意味があり
Oh
ませんから。
fuck! Okay, she needs to run. She needs to run. It won't mean anything if he exhausts himself before the medicine is ready.
夜明けまでには間に合うと思いますので、それまで
Yeah.
なんとか持たせてください。
I believe I should be able to make it. I believe I should be able to make it by dawn. So please do what you can to help him out until then. Oh, brilliant! Yeah, nice one. Oh, good. Then
それじゃ
Strider's like quietly yet affirmatively nodded. Yes. And as I saw Orca's eyes shining with hope in addition to tears. Oh, I was convinced that I wouldn't regret this choice. Yeah, good. Good.
でも忘れないでくださいね。
But please do not forget what I
私の言っ
said.
たことを。それからオーカ、
Oh, and one more thing, Orca. Yes?
久しぶりに薬の処方を行いますので、
Oh.
少々量を間違
Oh,
え
shit.
て
It's
しま
been
う
a
か
long
もしれ
time
ま
since
せ
I
ん。
made the medicine, so I may get the amount wrong. Oh, yeah, so don't be scared if he's sleeping until after dawn. Yeah,
その時は
yeah, yeah.
残った薬の処
Oh,
分を
oh, right.
お願いします。
Yeah. Could also be the possibility that there's been too much medicine that has been made. But should that happen, I'll leave the disposal of the extra medicine to you. Right. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, and I did the Orca again. Turned my back on her and left Furude Shrine ahead of Onigafuchi, where yours functions remained. And what was that? Where are we? The next morning. To the medicine I used Ryo's functions to synthesize and handed it over to Orca. Oh, that is so good. She gave it to Shorty on his sickbed, and even though he was slightly weak and his condition improved and he regained consciousness by the next day. Oh, good. Oh my god.
私は
Oh god. She really is lucky to have a mother like that. I mean, the fact that she has abandoned anything to save her, Hanyi has. Oh, it's brilliant. God, I really wonder what this was. Oh, just thank you. Oh. Sama? I heard gato, which is obviously arigato, and then sama? Oyashiro-sama? I have no idea. By the way, I'm just going to check how much we have left, because I need to go to bed sometime soon. Shit, I actually have quite a bit left. Oh, screw it. Who fucking cares? Oh, I'm reading more. I don't care. It's too fun to... This is too good of a story for me to care about my sleep. I mean, I said nothing. Uka, Father. Oh my god. This is just so good. The fact that Uka... Oh, I don't even want to imagine what was going through her head. But now she has a father. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness, thank goodness. Oh, it's so good. It went without saying that Orca and Uka cried and rejoiced when they saw that. Yeah. And afterwards, Orca distributed the medicine to the villagers. Oh. That's actually really quite funny that she's done that, because Hanya hasn't actually ever said that it would be possible for that she would actually be allowed to do that, but yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Though naturally, she couldn't so I thought the medicine was actually only made for one person, what was it? Thingy Shoji. So yeah. I really wonder if this is her sort of really taking advantage of the possibility that she's given just for her own goodwill, you know, it's so nice. Though naturally, she couldn't very well say I'd made it, so she'd worked out a plan and told them this.
これはoyashiro-samaが私の枕元に立って病から村の人々を救うためにその調合法を授けてくださったものです。
Oyashiro-sama stood at my bedside and told me how to prepare this medicine to save the villagers from the illness. I love how ridiculous it sounds, but yeah, so please take this, everybody. But at the same time, they would have believed this, of course they would have. It was an obviously fishy story, but with no other hope, the ill clung to it. Yeah, and recovered quickly! The people all rejoiced at this miracle, and unanimously praised Orca.
Furude no Miko-sama chan.
Yeah, I suppose that's the Furude Miko for you.
Yeah!
I mean, fair enough. She's a living god who saved her. I mean, of course they'd think that, but I mean, she isn't really, but like, still. Orca, who'd saved the village from destruction, was hailed as Oyashiro-sama's reincarnation by the villagers. And the medicine was dubbed Demon Medicine. Yeah. And those suffering from the same illness in the surrounding villagers came to Onigafuchi seeking the medicine. Oh. And gave food and supplies to the villagers in response for their generosity. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that really isn't something anybody ever sort of expected, really. Wow. Their support was a blessing for the people of Onigafuchi. Yeah, who had been struggling to secure food and their annual tribute due to the poor harvest. Oh, right. Yeah, the village was saved, and Orca literally became the village's messiah. Yeah, it's actually fair enough. I mean, I suppose Hanya is, but yeah, who knows about that? Orca rejoiced with a heartfelt smile of joy while surrounded by those villagers. Yeah, fair enough. It wasn't their praise that made her happy. Oh, yeah, brilliant. Now, what had brought her joy was that she'd managed to protect her hometown, the town that held memories of her parents, and she'd proven that she was indeed the daughter of the two who'd saved the village. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Arigato.
Thank you, Hanya. Oh, yeah. Orca said that, took my hand and bowed deeply as we stood in the ritual storehouse. That smile likely shined with a joy greater than any I'd seen from her before. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. For saving so much I held dear. Yeah, for granting myself a wish. I mean, I don't really think you could... I'm going to be honest, I really don't think you could class it as selfish, but at the same time you kind of can. Like, so the sort of argument that means you can't class it as selfish is like, let's do the selfish one first actually. I suppose she's asking Hanya to sort of do something that should be considered an impossibility again, just so that she can actually be satisfied with the whole conclusion. Even though it's saving lives, I suppose this is done for her benefit. I suppose that's how you could think it was selfish, but you could also think that she is asking this and really, really granting this ridiculous request to save people's lives and to, I suppose just to bring peace to the village, obviously bring peace to herself, but like, it was more done for the intention of, you know, making other people actually be able to live and preserving the village rather than anything else. Yeah, for saving so much that I held dear, for granting myself as fish. Yeah, I don't know how much I can ever repay you. Orca. Then Orca smiled at me with eyes that held a gentle yet firm conviction and spoke. Oh, that's really quite nice. I finally feel like I understand what it means to be kind for others. That's why I'll do a lot more thinking about the people of this village and do my best to help them find
で
happiness.
きればあなたに頼りすぎないよ
Oh, yeah, I
自分
like
自身の
that.
力でね
Not by relying too much on you, but with my own strength if possible. This is actually really interesting because this really ties into Miyotsukushi. You remember with Rika and Hanyu sort of trying deliberately to make her dependent on herself as opposed to Hanyu. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice that she's not only, you know, been able to save the entire village, but she's been able to learn from it as
あなたの
well.
その思い
Oh,
私は
yeah,
誰より
yeah.
も応
I
援
should
し
be
てい
able
ま
to
すよ
support you in that endeavor more than anybody else. Yeah, yeah,
あり
definitely.
がとう
Thank you.
これからも
Yeah, please continue to
私
stay
のそ
with
ばにい
me.
てねあなたは
You really do
本
mean
当
the
に
world
私
to
にとっ
me.
て
Oh, that's
かけがえの
brilliant.
ない人だから
Yeah,
もちろんですよ
of course. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's so good. But for some reason, what? Oh, even though I should have been thrilled to be thanked by Orca and seeing her so happy that it was contagious, I couldn't stop feeling anxious. It was a small sense something wasn't right. No, of displeasure perhaps.
どうして
Why? Oh shit, what was I afraid of? Why did I need to feel worried? Orca was only going to find more happiness from now on. Yes, so why does she need to feel worried? That is actually a really bad concern. She fulfilled her long-time dream of protecting the village. So why? Just what was this discomfort? For some reason I couldn't help but get a bad feeling. In the face of this sense that should have been brimming with joy. Alright, so that's the end, but like... That is interesting. And this is really going to tie into how the story is eventually going to crumble. Oh my god, that's going to be so interesting to learn about tomorrow. Oh, we have a tip. Should I read it now? I'll tell you what, I'll do a little bit of rereading. Just want to read, you know, the end of this a little bit, and then I'll read the tip, and then go to bed. Why not? Oh yeah, easily have time. God, I really wonder what this bad feeling is actually going to develop into. And secondly, I really wonder if this bad feeling is actually going to be rational, or maybe it's just going to be something that is completely disproven. Who knows? I'd hope the second one, but second thing I said, but yeah. Oh yeah, 201. That's going to be quite interesting. Right.
剣術をですか
Swordsmanship? Oh, is this when Hanyu and Orca were actually sort of beginning their lessons? Swordsmanship?
はいなのです
Yes.
ぜひとも神様のその技僕にも教えてくださいなので
Please
す
teach me your skills, God. Well, I was curious what she was so eager to ask me about, but swordsmanship of all things. Yeah, it's actually really quite surprising. You wouldn't really necessarily commonly see 10-year-olds asking about swordsmanship. Even I couldn't answer right away. Even I couldn't answer it right away instead of trying to figure out Orca's game. Oh yeah, of course he thinks it's a game. Just the other day I practiced my sword skills on the shrine ground so that I wouldn't get rusty in the peaceful time where there hadn't been any recent Griffith's activity. Oh yeah, fair enough. If she got rusty, that would actually be really quite bad because, yeah. It's peaceful. She'd be least expecting it. Orca happened to be cleaning the shrine and saw me, so I performed a little sword dance to entertain her. Oh, right, yeah. But I wasn't expecting her to tell me she wanted to learn it. Oh my god. Yep. You are not going to regret it a long time, I bet. Or maybe she is, I don't know. I can't say that until I fully finish the story. I regretted my carelessness in stoking a child's pure curiosity. Yeah.
オーカ言っている意味は分かっているのですか
Orca, do you understand what you're saying?
あなたは仮にもこのフルデ神社の巫女
You are the Miko of the Furude Shrine, even if you are a child.
巫女とは本来殺生などの汚れ
Oh,
に
that's actually quite
最も
interesting
忌み
that
嫌うべき立場のはずです
I didn't actually realise that. Wow, that actually completely contrasts what we've learned. Miko's supposed to abhor impure actions such as killing.
それがなぜ人斬りの道具の技を磨きたいと？
Yeah, that's actually fair enough. So why would you want to learn the skills of a tool used to kill humans? I really wonder what she's going to say now, because obviously she's not going to give a very developed answer. I mean, what is she going to say? Please. Yeah, I love that she doesn't even question the meaning. Oh, yeah. Yep, and I mean, she kind of has saved it there. I want us to learn swordsmanship too, so no burglars break into the shrine.
泥棒？
Burglars?
この村にも最近
Oh, lady, there have been more people moving into this village.
人を疑うのはよくありませんが
Oh, yeah, that's actually fair
万
enough,
一の時
yeah.
のために僕の身は僕自身で守る術を身につけておきたいのです
It's wrong to doubt others, but I want to learn the skills to protect myself in the worst case scenario. I'm asking too much. I would have thought you'd be like 5 years older than you actually are with those bloody words.
ダメというわけではありませんが、今でも私があなたの身の安全を守っているつもりです。
No, you aren't. I just sense a little bit of anger in her voice, but I plan to keep you safe even now.
その必要はないのではありませんか？
Doesn't that make it unnecessary? Well, yeah, because she kind of like can't go into her human form.
でも神様も
Yeah, definitely. But
こ
you
の
leave this
村を留
village
守
from
に
time
す
to
ることが
time.
ありますです
I find it really interesting that the whole reason Tanya is actually justifying like doing this sort of teaching, or not justifying, but sort of, I don't know, just thinking that she should do it is because of all the reasons that Orka's telling her. But you leave this village from time to
神
time.
様にも大切な仕事があるのですか
Yeah,
ら
fair enough. You have
いつ
important
まで
work
も
too, so I
頼
don't
りきり
think
はよ
it's
く
good
な
to
い
rely
と
on
思
you
ったの
forever.
ですよ
Yeah, I suppose you could call it work. I immediately smiled at her kind consideration, but on the other hand, those feelings were all the reason I didn't think I should teach her. So I resolved to give her a little stern instruction, took the sword from my waist, and handed it to Orka. Oh gosh, she's probably not even going to be able to lift it, poor thing. Meep?
オーカ、
Orka.
その剣を抜いて
Oh
私に
god,
切り
draw
かか
that
って
sword
き
and
なさい。
attack me. What? Oh, is she going to prove that the sword is going to go right through her? Huh?
さあ、オーカ、
Go on, Orka. What is she doing this for? I mean, okay, she could literally offer her life up on the line here. Why is she doing something so careless? What? Oh my god, I really wonder what she's going to do. A bewildered expression rose to Orka's face as she looked back and forth between the sword and me. Still, I remained still and silent right where I was standing, so she reluctantly drew the sword from its sheath and pointed it out towards me with faltering footing.
さあ、かかってき
Now
なさい。
come at me. Yeah. Oh shit, what has she done? I mean, obviously Hanya's in her astral body, but Meep? I easily spotted Orka's hand away when she thrusted me with all the youthful courage she could muster. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, I mean, she still could have put her life on the line. She could have really, really underestimated what Orka was actually, you know, at which level she was at in terms of skill. She fell on her arse on the spot from the excess momentum. Oh god, Jesus Christ, that must have been really quite brutal. And the sword falling and rolling on the ground behind her. I mean, she definitely doesn't really have much strength now, but she is going to develop that easily. Remember this and remember it well, Orca. Yeah, interesting. Swordsmanship is not for protecting yourself, but for killing your opponent. Yeah, definitely. That is actually really quite true. I like that she's really sort of getting all the risks embedded into her head. And in the middle of training, you can hurt your opponent, those around you, or even yourself, or the worst case scenario, you can get somebody killed. Yeah, definitely. So you must always possess the resolve to win to your opponents. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't go into it always half-hearted. Orca's adorable eyes dampened as she looked at the ground. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. That must be really quite a lot to take in for her age. Oh yeah, I must actually be seeing her on the verge of tears broke my heart. But it was for her own good that I drilled in a harsh lesson like this right now. Yeah, fair enough. With that thought in mind, I tried to walk over to make sure Orca wasn't hurt when... Oh, yep. Now she is really going to realise just how much resilience she has. One more time. Huh? Please let me try one more time. Please, Hanyu. Very well, now come on. Oh shit, what's happened? Orca picked the sword off the ground, then raised it high over him with no hesitation and charged with a determined expression. Oh my god, I gasped and froze to this unexpected turn of events for a moment, but it was only that, a moment. I mean, obviously she is going to be able to completely disarm her. Oh my god, but it is within her best interest to do so. If she doesn't, she could potentially die. Oh my god. I swung my arm in the same way and knocked the sword out of Orca's grasp. However, I must have miscalculated my strength as the blow... Oh god, as the blow sent her flying and rolling on the ground harder than before. Oh no. I'm so sorry, Orca. Are you alright? I'm okay. God, that really just shows how... Oh my god! She wiped her dirty cheeks with her palm as she quickly got back up and smiled. Those eyes are full of stronger and livelier shine than before. Oh yeah, definitely. Wow, that's actually really quite surprising. So she's just naturally really quite resilient. Yeah. Hanyu, again, one more time. I do better this time. Exactly. This is how she got so good. She has unrivaled determination. She's going to improve every single time, and yeah, is eventually going to make something fucking brilliant. Yeah. So be it. If you are that determined, then I shall comply. Yeah, fair enough. No, but at the same time, that could actually be really scary. I mean, if she really didn't show her mercy, let's just say, I don't really think Orca would have... I don't think Higurashi would have existed because Orca probably would have died. So yeah, she probably is showing a little bit of mercy. However, do not expect me to show any mercy because you're a girl or a child. Huh? Then... Oh yeah. That's actually really quite impossible, that. Even if she wanted to stop. Also, I will not allow you to give up or complain now that you have shown such insistence, not inconsistence. Keep that in mind. Are we clear? Oh, I really love how courageous they are. It really is just sort of a... It really just sort of gives you a good idea of how insane their training is going to be. Yes! Oh my god. That is so cool. Orca smiled from ear to ear as she bowed her head low enough to reach the ground. Wow, that's right. As I saw that, and then I told her, oh yeah, definitely good. Then I told her I'd go get a wooden sword and left. I don't believe it. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, that must just be amazing. Oh, it must be really nice to seeing how Orca's second blow was supposed to have been slow. But when I reached my arm to knock it away, she saw that and changed the trajectory of her swing, even though she could barely hold the sword right. Oh, wow. Oh, that's really quite good. What's more, she brought her left foot out ahead of her already extended right foot and used all of her weight to change the direction of her body. That wasn't a standard sword strike. Oh, that is actually really quite interesting. She has no idea what she's doing, but she has those natural sort of powers within her just because of Buta's blood. Was it a fluke? No! No, or could it be? Oh yeah, she realizes. Oh god, that was really quite interesting. Dude, that's going to be everything we're reading today, but holy fuck, that was so fun today. I really can't wait to read tomorrow because yeah, we have a lot of stuff. And it's going to be really quite interesting, I hope. I don't know if I'm going to read tomorrow. I don't know if I have time, but I will read the day after. Fuck yeah. Oh my god, man. That was just seriously epic today. That really was quite fun. I mean, god, just seeing Orca, just seeing how she's actually developed as a person and how her family, learning about that was really quite nice. And learning about her, obviously. Learning about, oh my god, learning about the villagers, her problems, Hanyu, and, their sort of conflicts. And then, yeah, that was really quite cool. And also, I think there was one thing I was going to mention, but I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm going to find it really interesting just to see, firstly, how the development of her actually having saved all the villagers is going to, change. I really wonder what's actually going to happen, in relation to, her having a bad feeling about stuff. I wonder what she's actually having a bad feeling about. We're going to find out quite soon, I bet, but, yeah. Oh, I'm really excited for it, man. Today was such a blast. I mean, seriously, I did not expect to read for 4 hours. This has been some of the quickest 4 hours of my life, but let's just not mention that. Right, see you guys. I'm going to go to sleep now. See ya. Hope you have a good one.